like, oh, baby, hello, Look, OBS went through some updates. I just want to put that out first and foremost. I thought I had figured out all the kinks, but I haven't. Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's to the newest indoor adventure in the wild beyond the Witchlight, Part 27, Tragedy. Today is September 11th, 2022, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So, if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/indooradventures. But let's say, for example, you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic cast and crew even more than I already have? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks, journals, and we also have face masks. That's right, we have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, and all of the proceeds of our merch are currently going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So, hey, RJ, who are you playing today?
Hey, everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'm playing Vice, the Tiefling Rogue Warlock.
Hi, y'all. I'm Sarah Roberts. Tonight I'll be playing Lowry Moon, the Hexblood Spore Druid.
Howdy, howdy. I am Mediaflare, and I'm going to be playing Balhadur Morthak, the Topaz Dragonborn Ranger.
Hey, everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be playing as Clout, the Tiefling Bard.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off, it's been a couple weeks. So, as far as recap goes, you had all gathered as many forces as you possibly could. The Briganox, the Corrids, Mudlump, Molliver, Gleam, even some Peritons to actually assist you in the toppling of these lightning rods that were placed throughout the demi-plane of Prismere, subsect Yawn, which is where our story is currently taking place. Destroying all of these lightning rods cut off the power to Endelynn Moongrave, a.k.a. Creeping Lynn, a.k.a. the Bitter Ends Palace Performance Layer, a hag place, better known as Motherhorn. Cutting off all of the power, you also cut off the power to her Orrery of Tragedies, which is like her main thing. That's what she cares about. And having cut off the power, you decided that it was time to make your assault on Motherhorn. Now that it was dark out, now that you didn't have to worry about anybody trying to possibly figure out where you were. So you went around you went up the long road that led up to Motherhorn, went around the side to get to a lower level, and have just been kind of slinking around through there. At one point, you dispelled some magic that you assumed was some sort of tricky magic door or a wall. Shut that shit off, and then you went upstairs yet again, where you had heard a woman who had been identified as Charmaine speaking with another voice, a older, more ancient, also feminine voice, which you then, having gone to the top of the stairs, saw was Endelynn Moongrave herself. Now, seeing Endelynn, and knowing that she was talking to Charmaine, your group decided, okay, hold up, let's just wait for a little bitty, make sure that, we haven't been seen, that sort of thing. And then you descended back down after having done a pretty broad sweep of Motherhorn. Now, where we last left off, you were on the stage level, and it was at that point that you decided, okay, we were going to go to down an extended hallway where you had seen what looked like a large door. A lot of the doorways in Motherhorn, as we had previously stated, had a lot of like curtains and beads and like that sort of thing. It was much more of like an open workplace environment kind of deal. So seeing a singular door definitely raised a few questions, comments, concerns. At that point, you opened up the door, and you had seen that there was a goblin inside of a small cage, and then a shadowed individual with a large rictus grin that had apparently just gotten done turning Binky, the goblin that the one in the cage was yelling for, into one of these fresh masks. Now, it was at that point that whoever was in charge of going through these doorways, which I believe was Vice, decided that y'all were going to raise some hell in this room while you still could. So with that being said, I'd like for everybody to roll initiative.
Starting off strong.
Oh, yeah.
5 for Balhadur.
Got an 8.
Yes.
17 for Vice.
Okay.
19, baby.
All right, half and half. We're doing it.
Excellent. And then as far as this creepy motherfucker goes... Haha.
I do have a held action if either of the two people who go in front of me throw me in between y'all and the bad person.
Well, let me see here. So they actually got initiative count 20, but they were not expecting anyone to come into
Surprise
this
round.
room. So
Surprise
I would
round,
say
baby.
surprise round is probably going to get us there in the end. With that being said, Vice, that would put you at the top of the
I believe Clout would be ahead of me.
Yes, Clout with the 19. So Clout, you are going to be at the top. I get the boys confused. We all know this.
It's true.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son.
It's been so long since we've been in a combat. I'm just double checking how my tavern brawler feat works. Right, okay. I'm just gonna sprint in with my head down like a bull, and I'm gonna try and tackle this guy. I'm gonna do a unarmed attack, and if it's successful, then as a bonus action, I can attempt to grapple.
Okay.
Can't wait for...
Yeah. Remember,
Oh, the new D&D to come out, because you just do a grapple when you hit in the new
Yeah.
D&D.
Yeah, there
Well,
are
I
a
mean-
few things in one D&D, D&D 6th
One D&D.
edition. We're just gonna say 6th. They can call it one D&D all they want.
I'm gonna
It's not
call
gonna
it one
stick.
D&D out of spite now.
I got an 18.
An 18 does hit.
Nice.
All right. So for my damage is going to be 6 bludgeoning damage, and then I'm going to attempt a grapple.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 29.
Okay, they are grappled.
All right. What's this guy look like?
As you get close,
Rictus.
they have the digitigrade legs. They have dark leathery skin. Kind of like a let me see here. You can see that like their hair is also kind of this like darker gray color. Their skin is darker gray, and Clout, knowing what you know, having been involved in the Witchlight Carnival, as well as having seen individuals like this before, you would recognize that this is a Darkling.
I see.
They
All
look
right,
taller than your regular Darkling, so you're assuming that it's a Darkling Elder, if anything.
Well, perfect, because the way that this looks is that he sprints in and then just like sucker punches him, gets him right up under the chin, and then like on his way back down, he just like hooks an arm around him and like twists, and just holds
Excellent.
him there.
Sounds good. So then, Vice, it is your action in the surprise round, and as it turns out, this individual is looking rather surprised that somebody just punched him and then grappled him.
I think, Vice waits for Clout to move, and then a half second later, he's charging in right behind him, low to the ground, hand on the basket hilt of his rapier. And essentially, when Clout goes low, he steps on Clout's back to, like, slash the guy's head and jump over.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Does this look a little too practiced? A little bit too much like you've done it before?
I don't know, Cloud. Have we done this before? I get sneak attack.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
10 points of piercing damage, and where's my sneak attack button? There it is. 11 points of sneak attack.
Hey, so I just wanted to let you know they only had 21 HP after Clout punched them, so this jump and slash is just like right through their dome. There's like, you see like there's nothing, and then the line appears, and then blood starts coming out, but then you see that there is, and Clout, you're again grappled this individual. A light starts pouring out of where the cut is, and they have an effect called a death burn.
Can I try and cover him like a grenade?
You know what? I would say yes, but in doing so, you would fail the saving throw, and no one else would have to make it. So if you willingly fail this save, you can save everybody.
Okay.
All
do
right.
it. I'm
Done.
He just goes, shit!
Dies on the grenade.
Boom. All right, so that will be for a total of 8 points of radiant damage, and you are blinded. You are blinded until the end of your next turn, so for 6 seconds, you just got flashbanged.
God. Fuck.
And there is just powder that you were holding on to before. The Darkling is gone. It's Lowry and Balladur. That was the only enemy that was in this room.
All right, I'll run into the room with my neck still all puffed up with a breath attack and
No.
There's just a little goblin crying in the cage.
Did you really have to kill that guy?
Honestly,
work.
I thought he would have lasted a lot longer.
You can't question a corpse, asshole.
He just begins to, like, drag the blade of the rapier, like, in the crook of his shoulder to wipe the blood away, and then sheath it.
Lowry just casually walks in. Is it over yet?
Yeah.
Sure seems to be. Hello there, little one. Look over at the Gabo.
If Cloud's still blinded, I'd like to tie his shoelaces together.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check.
I'd like to stink eye at Vice as he does this.
Yeah, Balladur.
22.
Okay. Yeah, Clout, make a perception check with disadvantage because you blind.
We have fun here.
This is what D&D is about.
It is 7. And I want you to know that the other one was a 22.
So yeah, Vice, you're able to quickly just doot. Time and close. Balladur, when you get close, the goblin cowering says, "Please leave me to my fate. Bitter end can do worse than turn me into a mask."
Wouldn't freedom suffice much more, though? Let you go.
Is this some sort of sick game? Are you gonna hunt me for sport?
Fear
No.
not, my friend. We are not here for something like that. I am here with the party known as the Proof of Fools, and we are trying to right some wrongs.
Thud.
All's right with the world.
My name's Vig, and that's Binky. And they point to the table, and there is just a goblin mask with the goblin's expression looking like Macaulay Culkin's cover on Home Alone. Just
Can I go investigate this machine and see if it's reversible?
Yeah. Make a investigation or Arcana check.
Not rolling Arcana. I have a bad history with that.
I could assist with that.
14.
14. You can kind of see how it works, but as far as seeing a button clearly labeled anti-mask button, there's nothing so easily accessible here in this room.
How is this goblin kept on this chair? What type of restraints and stuff do they have?
They're not in any restraints. They're in a cage. They're
they're
just
in
in
a
like a
cage.
small
Got
cage
it.
in the side of the room, and they're like cowering in the back. But
Is there a lock on a cage, or is it more one
There
of those
is,
dog
yes.
levers?
yeah, there is a lock on the cage. And then there were shackles on the chair, and the shackles seem like they have been clamped, but they have not been like, because there was somebody in them at a more recent time.
Vice, can you give me a hand with this?
There's a popping sound and a crystal arm gets thrown at you.
How does it work?
I thought you just wanted a hand.
Interesting. No, can you use those hands to help me unlock this? I am not as dexterous as you.
Thief tools in each finger. Give me a second.
Yeah. Make a dexterity check. This is just a blanket dexterity check with thieves' tools.
19.
Yeah, no, it only required a 12, so super easy. Beginner lock Skyrim level just popped out, no issue. And the lock comes off, and Vig, still in the cage, kind of like looks at it, and you can see that there's a little bit of an internal dialogue as to whether she should leave the cage or not. And she says, it's not that I'm ungrateful, but I do like working here. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know how to
excuse me?
explain
job
to you
has
that you
good
can do
perks.
so much better.
Excuse me? You wouldn't happen to have seen what was pressed here to turn someone into a mask, would you?
Well, actually, I did see it a little bit ago when my friend
Well,
when Binky got
Well-
turned into
Well,
Can
we
you-
can unbinky, re-binky, binky.
Can you show us how it works so that we can undo it?
She nods and she says, well, and she goes up to the table and takes Binky's mask and like holds it to her chest. Says, when they strap you to the chair, and normally when they strap you, the people are like, no, don't do it, no, stop. Or like, you know, like they've done magic and they're like, oh, this is fine. Okay, make a face. And then, you know, like they turn them into masks because sometimes you need the right expression for the performance that's going to be coming up. So you make sure that the goblin is making the right face before the and then that, and she points, and there's just like a large menacing looking contraption from the ceiling that's like pointing. It's almost like a Bond villain laser contraption. And she says, and then once you got them, you know, making the expression that you wanted, or sometimes Creeping Lynn just says, inhabit the role, and you were supposed to just yell and scream and say, no, God, please don't do it. And she would say, yes, perfect, exactly like that. And then she would pull that lever over there, and there is just like a large, like, there's not like a
Pull the
set
lever,
of
go.
dials, it's just a lever. And it was over near where you saw the Darkling before they exploded.
Doc.
Is there more than one lever?
Just one.
Is it still in like a down position or
It is.
something? Okay, cool. So then what? We just put the mask on the chair and flip this back up?
The problem being there's no power.
Yeah.
There's once you get turned into a mask, there's no, as far as I know, any buttons or levers or anything that undoes the mask.
We
Unless
need to find...
you have magics, unless you're powerful. Are you a wizard? Are you a fun wizard? Are you a strong wizard?
I'm fun and strong, but I am no wizard.
No.
We're going to need to find our unicorn.
Oh!
You know where they are?
Well, there was a unicorn that was here a couple of days ago, and they brought them into this room, and then,
They've been masked.
yes.
Well,
Great.
Endelynn said that she was saving that mask for a very special performance.
Do
The mask
you
might still
know
have
where
power.
it is? Do
Well,
you know where it is now?
I believe she took it with her. Typically she keeps all of the things that she really likes in her room. Sometimes she keeps the things that she really likes in the prison.
Also, you wouldn't happen to know if there was an elf by the name of Glister?
She's really pretty. She's
Are they
really
in this
nice
room?
and very fun, and she is in the prison. Yes.
In the
Oh.
prison.
Unmasked?
Yes. So the prison, if you go up the set of stairs, there
Wait.
should be a door.
Swear to
It's like a
God,
large...
Swear to God.
With 2 goblin statues in front of it?
Yes. And
Excellent.
so what you need to do is that the door is magical, and it will appear as a face on the front. And if you take like if you have the right staff, then it will open its mouth up big enough, and you can just go right through it. Or if you like, I've seen other goblins, they forget it sometimes, and they don't want to tell stage fright, because stage fright's the worst. I hate that guy so fucking much. But if you had like a staff or something, you could like pop open the mouth, and then you could like hop skip inside of it. But no, she would be upstairs.
Is there any other way to get in there?
I was on crew. I wasn't on like a maintenance thing. I'm only here because there was a mishap yesterday where we were trying to rush one of the performances, and we used a rope that we had found that was near the broken elevator, but it looks like it had a little bit of burn damage on it that we didn't know about. So when we were holding up the props for the play in the back, one of the ropes broke and the props fell, and Endelynn didn't like that at all. She said that I ruined it, that Binky and I ruined her play, and that we were going to be masks, and then the power went out after Binky got turned into a mask. But then that guy, and she spits in the direction of the just fucking powder on the floor that Clout, like, you had snow angeled to death. That, like, she says, and that guy was, we were in the dark for a while, but he wasn't just gonna leave. He was, like, rubbing his hands together and being like, nah, you're next, meh, meh, and, like, making, like, a lot of really mean faces at me.
And you still want to work here?
Look, not a lot of places in Yon are hiring, okay? It's either this or...
Do they even do dental?
They don't even do dental. I mean,
Don't even do
we
dental.
goblins have shark teeth. To be fair, if a tooth falls out, we just grow back another one.
What was that, Lowry?
Not coming through at all.
Go.
I said, oh, same.
Fascinating.
looks confused at the goblin, and then looks even more confused at Lowry, and then just accepts his fate and lies back down in the dust.
So
Because he's been
I
sitting
mean,
on the floor this entire conversation.
That's one of the ways that you can really skip out on having to pay for dental insurance is if the majority of your workforce just regrows their teeth if there's any problems, as long as it's not in the gums. Once it's in the gums, then it's a whole different story, but like as long as you get it when it's still enamel based, you can kind of, take care. At least that's what I've heard.
It's also
Just
good
sit
for
back
currency in some areas. And decoration.
And magics, apparently.
Teeth are very useful.
Very.
Back on the topic of this prison.
Yes, it's horrible, and I don't like the prison. I like my job, but if you know any other stage places that are hiring, maybe I would work there as long as Stage Fright didn't work there. I cannot stress how much I dislike him.
Can Clout pull out a Witchlight Carnival ticket and just hand it to her?
Yeah. And she will say that she has heard of the Witchlight Carnival, that several of the other employees, as well as the prisoner, all claimed to have come from Witchlight.
A much better job than here, I'd assume. Do they turn people into masks at the carnival?
No.
And like,
Yep.
when you say that, Vig, like there is that moment of just like, really? And then there's like, I don't know, I kind of like the danger though. Like they're on the fence.
What other perks
The
are
only
there?
masks at the Witchlight Carnival is the mask of customer service.
Ooh, that's the scariest mask of all.
Anyway, what
Tell
happens
them about the wings.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Like he's gonna like dig through his bag, like dig way deep into his bag, and like pull out his old set of wings and just sort of dust them off. This is my old
Beautiful.
uniform.
I want to work for there. I want to go to there. How do I get to go to there?
That's a good question. You know what? If we get out of here alive, I'll try and make sure that we secure some transportation for anybody who wants to go there from here, or anybody else, for that matter.
Okay.
But the matter at hand.
Uh-huh.
What happens if the prison door breaks?
Well, that's never happened before, so I really don't know.
I really don't think we need to break it open. We have a staff.
It's defunct. Remember,
Man,
Clout
broke the
casted
door.
a dispel magic on it.
Oh, that's right.
Well, what are the odds that there is a window
Might-
to this place?
Want to tell... I don't know who you would tell if you broke it, but because if you found it that way and you told anybody that you found the door broken, then, they just... She motions towards the chair where one gets strapped in to then be turned into a mask.
Does the prison have any windows or anything?
No, that would be a bad prison.
I mean, not necessarily. You have to have airflow.
You can bar a window.
Could take us a while, but we could chip through it.
I doubt we're gonna pull that off without getting discovered.
Mm-hmm.
How susceptible is the stonework in this building to the rot of time?
I don't know. I'm 6.
How do you live?
Depends on how lucky we are. I've been pretty lucky. Like, when goblins are born, it's more of like a litter situation. It's not like a typical, like, it's not like a one-for-one thing. There was me, Stabby, Bream, Bitey 2, Two-Faced Charlie, and Skrunkle, and everyone's dead but me. And Two-Faced Charlie, but Two-Faced Charlie and I don't get along. Well, half of Two-Faced Charlie and I get along. The other half and I don't get along.
Would you consider yourself a youngling, a hatchling, an adult?
I am an adult goblin. I am old enough to live on my own, and I have paid a bill before. His name was
Basically nailed
William,
it.
but he said that it counted.
Yeah, it tracks. I was out of the house at 6.
Really lucky goblins. The luckiest goblin, on record, I think has lived to be 10 times as old as me, if not older.
Understood. What is the likelihood that if we leave this room, you are going to tell someone about it?
Well, the only one I would tell would be Binky, and
Right. Yes. Here, hands them a honeyed beetle.
oh, I love these. Thank you. Like,
There you go, kiddo.
it's like they eat with the palms of their hands. They know better to get their own fingers close to their mouth.
Bless.
Well, so then we need to either find a working staff, a way to restore the magic on the door, or just go to Scraping Lynn herself and make a powerful attempt to change some things.
We could go into her room, see if we can find the unicorn there.
I think she's in her room, right? I'd assume that the
She's in
place
her
that she
room
went
right
to
now.
up there.
Yes.
Is she?
Mhm.
That's where Vice followed them.
If,
So-
maybe.
Do we
I
want
could-
to try and get into the prison?
How well does Creeping Lynn know her staff?
Um,
The people who work for her.
Like, does she call you by name, or are you just you there?
If I were to approach her wearing a mask saying, "Hi, Lady Endelynn Moongrave, it seems there's a problem on floor 2 that needs your immediate attention."
she knows who her staff is, and she knows who her performers are. Not by name, more of just by the shape and the vibe.
Okay. So if someone can act out the vibe and take the shape.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never tried.
Well, some of you have the capacity to possibly pull this off.
Not Lowry.
What?
Although they could
Remember-
change shape.
Disguise self?
Yes, but remember the last time you tried that?
There's something about them smelling you.
I've heard that all
Sorry.
hags know each other.
Do they?
That's what I've heard. That's what Charmaine said, and well, that's what she said when she was threatening us. She said that all hags knew each other, and that Baba Yaga was going to find our souls in the night and then stuff them in the flesh bag and make us into meat puppets.
Neat.
Not all hags know each other, okay? That's very haggist.
How well does Lady Charmaine know the staff? We might be able to convince her to do the role.
As far as Lady Charmaine goes, if your name isn't Endelynn, or she barely recognizes the other 3 guests that are upstairs that came in on the cloud balloon.
Fuck.
But she calls the rest of us help.
Vice turns
There-
to Clout. Charm is here.
Which one? Like a
There are
spell?
3 guests, she said.
Bubble
Do you know who they are?
or
This is part of the League of Calamitous Intent.
Trinket, Bobble, and Charm. They're merchants. They usually will. They have stuff that they like to sell, and other times they're willing to trade. I don't deal with them. I'm saving up my coins, so when the goblin market comes by, I can buy more candy.
There's 3 of them?
Trinket, Bubble, and Charm, keep up.
Fucking. Ugh.
Well, it sounds like there's a total of 4 or 5 enemies up there.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Are they enemies? They're
Could be.
they're kind of just, my coworkers. Well, except for the boss and Charmaine, who's mean, but I don't, is she an enemy? Am I supposed to fight? Am I a combatant?
You've got a choice. Do you want to
Pat
fight?
them on the top of the head. So long as you don't take an attack on us, we don't need to consider you one.
I don't have a weapon.
It's good.
Unarmed. Nope.
I never wanted to fight you anyway. You seem nice.
I wouldn't want to. No, not to. I don't look. I want a job. I like working. I like working in places like this. After talking with you about other places that maybe don't turn you into masks if you mess up at your job, that sounds nice too. And I would maybe want to work for them.
How are you at comedy?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I'm not good at being on the spot.
I'm
Okay,
not
oh,
good on being on the spot too.
Beat me to it.
I'm not good at being on the spot. My name is Vig, and I'm very small, and I have no money, and my best friend...
Vice just walks up to them and puts a hand on their head and just slowly rubs it.
We could send them through the passage.
Could send them through the passage, yes.
Oh, is that, are you going to kill me? Is this a
No.
euphemism?
It's the
It's
way
a way
out.
to get out of here. Yeah.
Oh,
But you'll need to at least tell one joke. You'll know when.
okay. Well, the power's out. If I run really fast, I could maybe make it down the long path. I heard that there used to be like an elven prince, that he had spoken to Endelynn about a way home, and he did like a bunch of stuff, and then she said that there was a large body of water and like 8
And to
beacons.
light some beacons.
But then there are also like some scary birds. Do you think I could I could sneak past I'm very sneaky. I could sneak past the scary birds.
You can most definitely sneak past those birds. I believe in you.
Okay.
Here, in case you see the scary birds or the prince, Lowry's gonna reach into her bag and take out a note, just saying that we know this goblin. Please be nice to them.
Do not fire.
And Vig will nod and says, thank you. As hospitality and reciprocity states that I have to give you something for this. So
You gave us plenty of information. You're good.
the lady Charmaine, she, like I stated earlier, she says that she gets her powers from the Great Hag, Baba Yaga, and that she was part of the League of something or other. I don't remember the name.
Malevolent something or another.
Calamitous intent.
One of those, yes. I think she's very scary. She's very mean.
And they also have hag magic, it sounds like.
Yes.
Is it a particular school of magic, the hag magic, or is it cast a different way? I don't think
She
you're
has
the
a
right
staff.
person to ask.
And I don't see her with a book or anything like that. She seems, it's almost like our Nilbogs, where they get their magic from something else and then it's channeled into them.
Warlock.
Yes.
Okay, then we just have to take the pact giveaway first.
Sure, let's go find Baba Yaga and tell her to cut the supply off.
Oh, I assumed she was lying and was actually gotten her powers from Creeping Lynn, but if you believe that they actually got their power from Baba Yaga, that would not work.
Can I go now?
You're free to leave.
Okay, thank you. And
Bye, be safe.
she just walks out of the room facing you all.
Take good care of your sibling.
I will.
They were a nice one.
Until they're like far enough away that you just see them turn and scamper.
How many
away.
masks are in this room?
Oh, it's like, you know, in Animal Crossing where you can like line up walls with as many like single square objects as you can. This is like a prop room's worth of masks. These masks, and there's a variety. It's like they're all labeled like smiling, sunny day, frowning, rainy. Like they all have like a expression and then a description of like when they would be used. And again, based off of what Vig was saying, these goblins, for the most part, Some of them look excited. Some of them look happy. Not all of them look sad or terrified. It seems like there was a mix of charming going on here to convince them to have a specific expression when this machine was activated.
Lowry, do you have spare paper and a quill?
Yes.
Could I possibly bother you for that? There's a lot of things on the plate.
Lowry will hand you a quill and paper.
Map is up in our Discord chat.
Okay. God, I got an itch, and it's so hard to figure out how to deal with it.
Tap it.
Man.
Tap it.
Okay.
Tap that itch.
So,
Now, based on the size of this room, if the off chance that this spell is broken simultaneously for all these masks, it might get a bit crowded. Should we move some of these?
Let's not. It'd be suspicious to find a pile of masks randomly somewhere. We'll do it once we free our...
Well,
Unicorn
hopefully
friend.
it's not so cramped that some of them break their bones.
Alright, so far we've got to deal with Creeping Lynn. What's her name?
Scylla?
Not Charlemagne. Charmaine. Right?
Charme?
Charme, yes.
Charme. Charm, Bauble, Trinket. It's 5. I don't know what the disposition of the last 3 are gonna be, but we should count them as on the other side, just in case.
Alright. The goblin said that they are traders. Do you think they are going to be staying here or possibly just stopping by? We could maybe wait them out. But we are on a timetable already.
From what I know, they're probably just stopping by to refuel the balloon. It runs on storm energy.
Shit, well, they're stuck here then.
Or did it run
Charm.
on energy from the storm that the building is no longer getting?
I think that the lightning bolts are no longer fighting, and if that's what they need, they are stuck here.
Charm did steal something from Bavlorna, so they could be a rogue element. We
Possibly.
might be able to convince them to be on our side.
Try to sweet talk her, yes. At least stay out of things.
Hmm.
Can anyone create daylight?
Lowry.
I can.
Excellent. What if one of us what if you yourself stand in the hallway outside of their bedroom and we whip the door open and have daylight shine behind you so that you eclipse right into their bedroom?
We could try.
That would require her knowing. You'd need to shout, "I'm Lowry Moon and I'm here to help."
I mean, I could do it. I've shot at it at odder times.
It might be wise if they are currently in a single room with no other point of exit besides a hallway. It might be advantageous for us to take that opportunity to strike.
Don't know if there's any other rooms inside of her room. Is the thing. I could poke
Well.
around that balloon and see if there are any items that could help us.
That's true.
I mean, we could also try to incite another revolution.
I think we're running out of revolutionaries.
Mm-hmm.
The people who work here seem harder to convince than enslaved children.
Well, let's think of a very rousing speech then.
Oh, rousing speech. Recon the balloon. We've already used up all our allies.
Wouldn't say all of them. Vice is gonna. How long has it been? Has it been more than 5 hours since being here?
Not since
We-
you arrived, no.
Like in the building, or
yeah, in the building, it's been like a little over an hour. Because you guys
Have
used
we-
a pass without a trace, and then that would have since died back down.
Have we been in this room long enough for a short rest?
Would you like to be in this room long enough for a short rest?
That
What
sounds
types of
very.
things do you
I
need
don't.
to regain?
Do I?
I only
Hit
spent
points?
one ability. I can heal you if you need it.
Yeah, I can also heal me. I'm just trying to be.
You know, there is that
Diplomatic.
passage that you guys talked about or specified about that if you needed a place
We could duck in there.
to hang out for an hour, that's a good...
we.
Is anyone else injured besides Imkin?
We only have so much time before people get back from repairing
You
those.
give me a single minute, I can likely restore you to full hit points. Or vigor,
How
rather.
are you gonna do that?
Magic.
All right, surprise me.
Bah.
Jazz hands. So then Balhadur will begin speaking in a mixture of Sylvan, early Elvish, and Draconic, and cast a spell that creates a ghostly image of what looks like some sort of gem dragon as it wafts through the air and it passes through you like a ghost. Every time it passes through you, you feel your injuries heal over and over again. And I'm casting Healing Spirit and burning the whole thing on you. So you
Nice.
get, I'm going to give you 10d6 worth of hit points.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
It lasts for a minute and I can just keep pushing it through people. So in the possibility that I roll low, damn, that would have been an awesome attack. So yeah, 46 hit points.
You're on
Okay,
the plane
I'm
of
back to full.
positive energy. You would have exploded.
It's more hit points than Lowry's max.
Actually, that didn't even need to take much out of me.
That's really nice. Thanks.
It's a gift from the ancestors.
Personally, I'd like to
Cooling
explore all of our options. Before taking on Creeping Lynn, I think she's going to be moping around in her room until power comes back on.
Besides the blimp, are there other options that you had in mind?
There's the blimp, there's trying to rouse everyone against Creeping Lynn, there's disabling the mechanism even further. Even if they get the towers up, it wouldn't supply power to the place.
Try and make a deal with Charm.
That's what exploring the blimp is for.
So it sounds like we start with the blimp. I can look over the machinery. I am not an artificer myself, but I can try to find a way to break it while you use your stealth abilities.
I'm pretty sure a good hefty swings at the control box will do the job.
Oh, so we're not trying to deal with subtlety then.
Up to you, really. If that's your forte, that's your forte.
I can help you sneak to the balloon.
That'd be much appreciated.
All right. For safety's sake, Imkin, will you accompany me to destroying a machine while they accomplish this task?
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Alright. And while we're separated, if you do see either Lynn or Charmaine, you run.
Where
Looks at
should
Clout.
Where should we meet back up?
Well, we could meet up back here or the tunnels, safest places.
Why are you looking at me?
I need you to say you're going to run if you see either Moongrave or Charmaine.
No, I'm gonna stay and try and wrestle him. Yes, obviously I'm gonna run.
Right. We got a plan?
Be quiet, be quick. Let's end an era. Short one, but an era nonetheless.
We go.
Okay.
Lowry will cast Pass Without a Trace and then turn into a mouse.
Okay. So, Clout and Bal, you are going to break the machine further. Vice, you and Lowry are going to investigate the balloon. Okay. So, you exit this room. You go back up the stairs. You know that the central area for this mechanism, like where its base is, all of that, is on level 1, level 2. Or I guess level 1 also has that balloon output. So you get to the top of the stairs and kind of looking around. You don't see head or tail of Charmaine. You don't hear or see Endelynn. You do see that there are some goblins that are like looking at the orrery, just like trying to figure out like how, like, is there a way that we can get this going? Whereas so your group has to exit into this room. Make a set of stealth checks for those who are going to go to the balloon room.
Do I need to make one in Vice's pocket?
I would say with a 40, you're fine in Vice's pocket. Yeah, that should be good.
I love this combination so much.
So for Clout and Balhadur, are you going to try and fuck with the orrery on this level, or do you want to go to the next stage, the next level up, where there are less people?
It's a good question.
You're muted, Media.
Oh, I was just saying my arms are too short to fuckle with the machine on this next level up. I mean, unless we dive on top of the machine or shoot something down at it, which will still be very noticeable.
He's gonna, like, I imagine we're like standing outside of the machine room.
Yeah.
And Clout's gonna look down at Balhadur and be all like, "So are we just gonna fuck it up while there's still people around?"
We can convince them to leave, we can eliminate them before they make a sound, or we can try and do some sort of silent spellcasting, albeit I do not have the latter as an option myself.
I can do 2 of those things. Technically, I can do 3 of those things. I want to do 2 of those things.
Alright, so we're either convincing them to leave or taking them out then.
I can cast silence.
Alright, do you have a spell that doesn't make much of a visual display? You can create a silent sphere upstairs, and then shoot something down at it. If I shoot an arrow, they'll see that.
Let's see if we can get them to leave first, and then quietly destroy this thing as much as we can.
Alright, you take point then. I'll follow your lead.
I'm gonna look around for a clipboard.
Make an investigation check.
15.
A 15. I would say that with 15, you see that there is a clipboard. It's not like with an immediate grabbies, but like it's like a little bit away. And looking at it, you see that it's like a shipment note, like a shipment notarization. Like it has like oranges, 1 box, like that kind of thing, like written out on it. But like it looks official enough that, you know, if somebody maybe doesn't read common, that it might confuse them. It's slightly confusing to Clout, but like you're able to push through it and read the notarization just fine.
Fucking hell. All right. We got robes from the costume department,
Yes, you
right?
did. Yep.
Clout's
And I have
gonna
a wig.
Clout's gonna quickly like throw a robe over his head, to try and look like a darkling. And he's gonna pull that clipboard down. He's like, "Just follow my lead, okay?" God damn it! All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stroll in like I own the place, holding the clipboard.
Yeah. Dungeon inspector the shit out of these guys. Okay, so yeah, you see that there are a couple goblins in like like one of them is just like, okay, now like 5 of you push over there, and like you see a bunch of goblins like trying to push, but like it's too heavy, they just can't rightfully do it. And then but they don't seem to really pay any attention to you until you get closer, and then this foreman that is there will see you and sort of just kind of like give you a wry look. Make a deception check for me.
I'm helping.
Yes, you are.
22.
A 22. Okay. So
like Clout's just like looking the machine up and down, like and like referencing the clipboard, and every now and then he just like looks down at Balhador and say like, "Oh, these ball bearings are shot.
Need to replace those, yes."
and the foreman will come up to you and just says, "Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Like, look at this fucking thing. I got my guys over there. We're trying to get it back to moving because, Bitter End, all the, this is her thing. This is her Ori. They can't move it for shit. Like, I'm sorry. I don't think I've seen you before. Now that are you like one of the actors or something? Are you supposed to be here?
No. Dude, I'm new here. I'm Binkus. This is my associate Bonkus.
Binkus and Bonkus. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you might have heard of us. We're contract work. What the fuck are you guys doing up here? What, you got like 5 guys over here trying to move that thing? You're gonna tear it in half.
Okay, no. Well, that's what you would think. Like, if it was like gold plated or something. No, that's solid metal that's up there. Really good electric conductor. We had for a while like this little guy. Like, you would not believe how small he was. He like drew up a lot of the designs for this sort of thing. Got it all working, nice and pretty. The whole thing was like relying on electricity and Binkus, can I level with you for a quick second?
Oh, lay it on me.
This is unprecedented. You're new here, so Endelynn, Creeping Lynn, she had like 7 more numbers than I have, these thingies all around the land. That were like lightning rod things, right? And then they would collect it, and then they would send it here, and then they would work. And she was always like, "My creation, it will never stop working so long as my lightning rods are in place." So, like, what I'm thinking is, like, did these lightning rods stop? Like, that's, like, those things were heavy. Like, if I'm speaking mechanically, you needed to have, like, at least, like, a strength check 30 or, like, a DC or, like, 60 for your combined strength to push them over as a group effort. It was a lot to handle.
Oh, yeah,
like,
if you want my personal opinion.
I'd love to, Binkus. I mean, you're a professional. I can see by your clipboard that you know what you're doing.
Your problem is electrical. Obviously.
Yes.
I think your circuitry's shot.
I'm a plumbing guy myself. This isn't my forte.
Oh, yeah. No, dude. We all have our own things that we do. And some of us are laying wire, the others are laying pipe. I see how it is. Anyhow, like that the electricity is gonna come back on any second now. If those guys are up there when it does, they're gonna get zapped all the shit. So
I know,
you're
it'll
gonna
be
want
hilarious.
It's yeah, am I right? But no, seriously, that's an HR nightmare. You're gonna want to get those guys down from there. In fact, we're gonna need to vacate the entire premises.
Wait, hold up. Question.
What?
What's an HR? Is that like hag relations?
Oh, you're
because they're already shot to shit if it's hag relations.
You're gonna have to speak to my associate Bonkus on that. Like my thing's wires, his thing's HR. So
HR.
like, yeah, his. So, like I said, we're gonna have to vacate this entire premises here, so that we can really like get into the guts of this thing and make sure that it's safe for when the electricity comes back on. Because if it does, in this state, the whole thing's gonna fall a fucking pot. So, let's
my
go
God.
on. Let's get out of here. Hey guys,
The little
get the
goblins
fuck
just like
out!
turn to
All
you.
right.
Make a deception check because you're deceiving an entire group.
I'm helping.
I have a clipboard.
You do.
Natural one.
You have
I am
advantage though
helping.
because Binkus and Bonkus dungeon inspectors at large.
14.
A 14, okay. You are lucky that there were so many low rolls from goblins. As they all just sort of like when you say this, like the goblins turn and there is that look of like, I don't know. And then the foreman's just like, this guy does wires. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. And they all start climbing off of the structure.
Hey, I'm looking at you, bozo. Get down from there.
And like they just like pretend fall, but then it turns into a real fall, and like they hurt their arm, and one of them like, it's okay, like we'll go and like get you
See,
patched
this
up.
is why you need to make sure to get Oshi involved in your workforce.
And this group of goblins, the foreman once again just says, all right, and just so I know, it's Binkus, Bonkus. Just in case, Creeping Lynn's just like, oh, who told you that? Like, who told you could do this thing? And I get to say, oh, it was, Binkus and Bonkus. Like, they were
Hi,
the
Bonkus.
ones.
No, Binkus and Bacchus from Binkus and Bacchus Incorporated, of course.
Okay, so Binkus, Bonkus Incorporated. Perfect. Thank you. Like, we'll be hanging out in, like, the main stage area. Like, it's got, like, most...
What was your name
room.
again?
My name is Kyle.
Kyle. All right.
Yeah, I'm Foreman
All right,
Kyle the Goblin.
Oh, great. If I ever have a plumbing problem, I know who to call. Right?
Oh yeah. No, we'll get your pipes rooted. That's for sure. And then he just
Roll Tide, Kyle.
Yep, and then Mr. Rooter Kyle himself will leave with all of these goblins, leaving you and Balhadur in this large room with this
break stuff.
stationary machine. All for you. Meanwhile, Vice and Lowry, as you and Lowry are going down this hallway, you just hear Clout go, yeah, I'm Binkus, this is Bonkus. Like, kind of echo through from that room.
Vice just reaches into his pocket, pulls Lowry out. Can you believe him? Can you believe him?
Squeak.
I know, Binkus and Bonkus, you could do so much better than that.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Okay. But yeah, Vice, you get to the end of
I don't think I have any cheese on me.
Squeak.
Yeah, okay, pocket.
Okay, yeah, you get to the end of this room, or the end of this hallway, and you can see that there is a door. And opening up this door, you can see, or at least entering into it, you can see that this tower contains a sparsely furnished guest room attached to a stone balcony. The door connecting them swings back and forth in the wind, and through there you can kind of see, like, opening and shut what looks to be like this large storm cloud balloon. Furthermore, now that you are inside of this room, kind of lounging along the seats, you can see that there are two of these smaller darklings that kind of has like their arms crossed. One has their hood over, and you see that Charm is actually like trying to get the door to stay shut. And it looks like her shadow is attached to the wall and also trying to keep the door shut, so it's not just slamming back and forth. But when they hear the door open, she ends up turning to look at you, And there is like her head sort of like crocks a little bit, eyebrow raise.
Vice puts a finger up to his lips and winks at her.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm good at these. 25.
25, okay. So with that, when you put your fingers up to your mouth and wink, she will sort of smile. And you see that she like reaches into her sleeve and pulls out what looks to be a door stopper. And she'll just like tuck it underneath the door. And she will sit at the like at one of the desks and like or like at one of these tables and looks at you. And she like you see her like motion with her shadow, and the shadow goes over and closes the door behind you.
Well, Lady Charm, didn't expect to see you here.
Didn't expect to see you. That is a certainty. I've heard somebody's been a busy boy, though.
Oh, not me myself. Myself and my group. We've been around. I hope it hasn't upset business for you at all.
Not really. I've sort of been... How do I put this? Waiting to speak to Endelynn? We haven't really been getting out much.
I believe she's in a mopey mood after the power went down.
Yes, funny that. Boys. And she looks at the two darklings. Go and count the stock that we have. I feel like it's important to really get to know our customer. Wouldn't you agree? And they sort of like look at her, roll their eyes like, great, we know what's going to happen now. And they like exit out of the door, just leaving what she believes to just be you and her alone in this room.
Pockets.
Oh, poor Lowry.
Pockets and mouths. No. May I? And he'll motion to a chair across from her.
Please take a seat.
He'll sit down, cross a leg over the other.
May I offer you some tea?
Now,
It's better
you
than
see,
whatever Swill Bavlorna had. And we have to use had in past tense now, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, I'll take some tea, please.
She will pour you up a nice cup. It's like a it's almost like a chamomile with a little bit of oatmeal in it.
Ooh.
She'll make sure that it's nice and hot and like
Sip
set
out of
it over.
politeness, puts it back down. Now, you said you were stuck. I assume that you're using this place to charge your balloon?
No, I acquired something to give to Endelynn, to present to her. But she has been having an interesting set of days, I would say. It took us a little bit, there are the cloud ways, as they are. It does take a little bit to get over here. She was interested in seeing me, and then she said a group of individuals were coming into Yon, and then she had a house guest who had 4 legs and a very pointy forehead, and then she seemed curious about them, and then they got turned into something else. And she was focused on that for a little bit. And then there was, of course, that dreadful woman, Charmaine, who has been just prima donna, mind you. Always demanding. But Endelynn gives her at least a modicum of respect. I don't know why. And then, the whole power thing happened. And that's been interesting. Oh, and before that, there was the fire that happened in the workplace. Her head engineer disappeared. Funny enough about that one.
Vice pulls a very faux, shocked face.
So you've heard.
Well, I've been around. Listen, you've heard about what we're doing here in Prismere, correct?
Yes, I have. It's hard not to. There's been several changes in leadership as of late.
As one person who specializes in procurement to another, I do hope that you will err on the side of not getting involved in what we're about to do here.
That really depends. Vice, you said your name was?
He'll nod his head.
I can promise that I won't get involved to a degree. Well, I tell Endelynn that you're here. If she refuses to see me, then I have no chance. But, Vice, you know, as a procurer, that I value deals. I value stability. Typically, one would present a half up front, half later, and based off of the changes of leadership that I've seen and the effectiveness of your deliverance of change of leadership has been, I think that I could manage to not get in your way. But then you would have to do something for me.
That would be.
And you see that she gets a wicked smile on her face. With Endelynn gone, Jan will need somebody to stick around. Make sure this place doesn't collapse to shit. Who better to ensure that doesn't happen than somebody who's on your side?
Vice returns the wicked grin to her. We should hammer out the details then.
I believe that we should. Do you have your documancer?
He'll reach into his pocket and, like, wait for Lowry to just pop on there. If she doesn't want to, he'll wait.
Yeah, Lowry, you would have heard this whole exchange.
I can go fetch her. But for the time being, I believe you'd want some collateral to see this deal through.
Yes. And I have just the means of collecting, if you don't mind. She'll pull out a set of scissors.
I wasn't using it anyway.
And she says, "We'll see about that," and winks at you. And she will take the scissors towards where your foot is, and she just runs the blade of it against the ground as you watch your shadow strip from the base of your foot. And then her shadow extends a hand out, your shadow takes the hand, and your shadow is pulled off of your body.
Vice will point over to his shadow. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
You see the tail flicks back and forth with that very, like, your cat's on the windowsill near a potted plant.
Now, I do warn you, he's a bit temperamental.
Aren't we all?
Oh, I also do believe that you might have something of mine.
Oh?
Last I saw you, to level I was a bit enamored, and I did note a small silverish trail going to your bag.
Oh. That Don't worry, it's not yours.
What is that between you and me? Think of it as fulfilling my curiosity.
How about this? Go speak to your documenter, and I can show you. Run along.
Alright. By your leave then. And he will stand, push the
And she
chair
just
in.
like tilts her wide brim hat and then goes back to drinking her tea.
As soon as he exits, closes the door, walks a few paces so he can't be heard. Lowry.
Lowry practically bites his finger as she exits his pocket and
Ow.
comes back. What are you thinking? Making a deal with that slippery snake of a person?
It's the only way I could think of to get her out of whatever situation we're gonna be on. You didn't have to bite.
Do you realize how bad that could be for everybody here?
You realize that if we evacuate everyone, then she won't have any staff.
That's still a lot of power. That doesn't mean she can't pull people from elsewhere.
Yes, and when we save the queen, she can do with her jurisdiction however she wishes. It's temporary.
So putting something awful in power temporarily is okay? That's a really
No.
crappy deal.
I understand it isn't, but we have a job to do here, and I'm going to get it done.
I won't write the contract.
It's fine. As long as we get rid of Moongrave before Charm can get to see her, we should be okay.
Fine.
Let's go see how the boys are doing.
Okay. Yeah, and as you walk back down that hallway, missing your shadow and not planning on going back to speak with Charm, that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we will see you guys shortly. I guess bye-bye! I pressed the button! And we're back!
Woo!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Simon!
tonight's-
Well, for
What's
one,
up?
welcome Raiders to
Yeah,
the
sup,
channel.
Raiders?
We're playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Also, two things. One of them being very important. Well, both of them are being very important. Did you know that our dear friend Sarah Roberts got nominated for the Game Her Awards?
The Game Her Awards? Okay. I'm not gonna
Multiple
lie.
times.
I started, not once, not twice, but in 3 different categories. You can nominate somebody
Hell yeah.
from this game, that of course being our very own Sarah Roberts, who plays Lowry Moon, for an award, including Streamer of the Year. Now, wouldn't that be something to take home and tell your grandparents at all the Thanksgiving? Be like, I know you don't know what this is, but I'm the fucking best. And we all know that Sarah's the best anyway. So, RJ, can you post the link to that in the Twitch chat, so that way if people want to make sure that our very own Lowry Moon gets the recognition from the community at large that she deserves, that she's earned through all of her efforts and contributions to the Twitch sphere over the last year, that they can make sure that they award her. And the cool thing about that Game Her Awards platforms as well is that you can search up by the creator name. So if you just search HypeGoblin or Sarah Roberts, you can find her super quick, and then just 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 vote. It's
Now, I
really
know
like
you
to see.
are nominated for Best DM, Best Cosplayer. What is the
It's
third one?
Charity Streamer of the Year, Cosplayer of the Year, and Twitch Streamer of the Year.
Which, I mean, that just goes to that's self-explanatory from all of us. Go vote. Don't be a goof.
do it.
Now, the other
This
cool
is
thing,
more important than the presidential election to
This
me.
is a threat out of love.
The other thing is that RJ, the reason why I needed to have you throw up that link is because my own notes are really disorganized. Like I have no idea where to even find any. Like I have stuff written down on.
Let me
sticky
tell you
notes,
something, Hubs.
And
you could
what?
go to shoprookintheraven.com and check out one of their many organizational notebooks.
A notebook
They're
like
all-
this?
A notebook like that. They're all modular. It's amazing. You can do DM prep in it, character prep in it, world lore. There's a Scrivener page and a normal diary. Everything from Pathfinder to Warhammer 40k. And you know what? If you want to save some money right now, they are doing a warehouse clearance.
They're doing warehouse clearance?
I believe so. Like,
Fuck! I should have waited. I mean, it's still you save a bunch of money anyways, but like that's probably a great deal.
and you could
Everything is currently in limited supply. And Raiders, I am sorry that you came into this tomfoolery. Welcome to the channel. It's to me every single game, but
You could also use code HypeGoblin at checkout to save 15% off in addition to the clearance.
Now, the cool thing about that is, as well, I don't know, because like everyone who's already been in this channel, we already know, but Raiders, hey, I don't know if you knew this. At shop.therookandtheraven.com, you can get a custom front. You can get custom pages, everything, including even the bindings on this journal. It's all modular. So let's say you already had the stuff that you needed. You just needed the inside pages. That code HypeGoblin to save you 15%, that actually is, you can use it for just the pages. You can use it for just the ring binders. You can use it for literally every single piece, or you can use it for the full thing. It's not an item specific code. It is site wide HypeGoblin shop.therookandtheraven.com. Go check it out. I've been using this guy now more that I have an office job because I can't access my own personal OneNote and everything's like that. So I need this journal now that I'm there. And you know what? I might say it's actually helped my internal organization bits as well. So again, go check that out. shop.therookandtheraven.com. But
I love you all so much.
we love you. Go
Can we
vote.
please go back to playing this game now?
No.
All right.
Until Lowry stops
the
being mad
entirety
at
of the
Vice.
session now.
I will keep plugging until Lowry stops being mad at Vice.
That's not gonna happen. Let me get back into character, damn it. Stop being so nice.
Okay. So while Lowry, you and Vice are on your way back to Bankus and Bonkus, Dungeon Inspectors Extraordinaire, Clout and Ballador, now that you've cleared this room out, what is the next stage of the play?
Easy. Ballador immediately starts climbing up into the contraption and mumbling to themselves like a parent getting ready to do yard work or something. And they turn and they said solid gold, right? Pure gold? This is pure gold.
I think that's what they said.
All right, gold then. That's I can't do acid. It takes about 30 years to die, so... And the neck puffs up again, and out comes a burst of a slightly greenish yellow light, and I breathe necrotic energy into the cog working, causing it to rapidly age and decay. I can roll damage if you want. It's 2d10 worth of necrotic damage.
Yeah, roll for it.
All right. Hawking this loogie. Nice. All right, so 14 necrotic damage
pretty
as I
good.
try to rot the machine work away on the inside.
Yeah, I would say that they're definitely going to need to put in a work order, more so than what they've already done.
And Clout sees as I'm breathing into this thing, like the gaps in between the scales start to glow yellow a little bit, and there's like a little bit of rattling, like this like rattlesnake tail from the scales as I do it. That should do it.
Are you sure about that?
I can go another round or two if we need to, but I mean, I aged it about 30 years.
Okay. Should we do anything else with this?
You have bombs?
No bombs.
Do you have anything neat to stick in here or something? Like up in teeth or a bar? Or...
As you say, do you have something neat to stick in there or something? You know, we all know that's the right time for Vice to walk in.
What do you need something stuck in?
Now,
Jesus.
Clout, you and Balhador will recognize that Vice no longer has a shadow.
What happened?
What'd you do?
And there's a pissed off Lowry next to him.
What'd you do?
would
What'd you
also know
do?
that.
Moon, what happened?
Do you want to tell them?
Spoke with Trom. She wants to make a deal. Once we dispose of Endelynn, she wants to be in charge of Motherhorn. And the plane.
And you signed a contract on this?
Well, she was waiting for my documents to arrive. I said I would go speak with them. So the
You-
deal's not done.
Gave
And we
it
spoke, and I'm not
your
doing it.
I agree, but you gave him your shadow as well.
As a collateral. So she doesn't get involved with Lady Endelynn Moongrave when we go to do the deed.
So you're now promising more of Zabilna's land to someone else that we don't barely know besides apparently being a thief. And you gave it your shadow. Do you know what your shadow does in the Feywild?
Be a pompous asshole?
I mean, it's your shadow, but it does a lot more than it does in your world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I did not know that it was going to be that easy to surrender to the enemy like that.
Oh, I'm full on mad.
And you were a mouse, and they can't speak mouse, right?
No.
Because I would have
think-
trusted you would to have talked them out of that contract.
I don't think that she knew that I was there.
How fucked are we here?
Very.
Well, the three of us are fine, but Vice's life has dramatically changed.
Oh, that's true.
Vice shrugs.
Well, we can't kill her, so
She
that's
didn't-
out of.
Trom did not sign any contracts to establish her as a person of power inside of Motherhorn or this plane.
That's good. That's good, at least. If that contract was signed, Zabilna would probably have some things to say. Your shadow, however, I don't think we should do anything harmful to the charm until you get that back.
Well, maybe she'll be willing to trade for something.
Let's see if Lynn has things to trade then.
Well, that would have been funny. If we did take down Creeping Lynn, we could have stuck her in her own mask chair.
You got an interesting definition of funny there, pal.
I think it's more poetic than anything. Anyway, how's things going on your end? Better, I hope.
This thing is dead, yes, unless they replace all of the innards.
Now, I will remind you that the orrery is not a small contraption. This takes up as far as room width goes.
Isn't like
It takes up
60
the
feet.
room.
It takes up
10, 20, 30, 40, 50-ish feet. If those are 10-foot squares.
I believe they are. Let me just check real quick.
What is your professional DM opinion about how dead this thing is?
6, 7.
As someone who lives with an engineer, removing one or
It's
two
about
pieces out of a
70
machine immediately makes that machine have different working conditions.
Yeah, no, this is. If they started it back up, it would work
Awesome obstacle.
for a little bit, and then it would, like, the wear and tear would kick in, and it would probably fall apart. But it doesn't look like. If you looked at it as is, it's not going to be like, oh yeah, this is clearly fucked. Like, you'd have to, like. It's
Honestly,
again,
though,
yeah.
like probably
better.
that's probably the best option for
Yeah.
us. Like, not visibly fucked, but like will break after some use.
Soon enough. All right, then. So, we did the blimp.
So it looks like it's not our fault.
I didn't actually get to go inside the blimp. Her cronies are inside there.
Do you know whether or not Bobble and Trinket were there as well?
Yes, those were her cronies.
Oh, I thought they were siblings for some reason. Okay, so all of them are not with the hag.
No,
This is good.
Trouble comes in threes. They're her cronies.
I assume.
Associates sounded more like it.
Hmm.
Lowry, are we like, give it to me straight here. Are we dealing with a coven?
Probably not.
All right.
Maybe.
Makes this slightly more manageable.
Well, are there male hags?
Yes.
I didn't think that being a hag was defined by something like that.
They were called something different.
Hogs?
What?
I don't know. You
No,
just
that's
switch the letter out.
Gender's weird for them. All right, let's give them a break.
In the meantime,
Given.
that's 3 people not in the room that we intend on going in.
Charmaine is probably not inside Creeping Lynn's room.
Did you get a hint of that or something? Or did it turn out that Charme was just a funny way of saying charm?
No, those are 2 different people.
Okay,
I
good.
passed Charme, who was terrorizing our little engineer friend.
I'd really rather not have to deal with Charme and Endelynn at the same time.
You talking about Kyle?
No. Horrid friend.
Oh,
The Brigand.
that engineer.
The Briganox.
So she's alone then?
And Kyle's a plumber.
Endelynn skulked off into her room by herself. Yes.
This seems as good as it's going to get. Unless you've got the bomb?
What do you need explosives for?
I don't know. It's always more beneficial to have one than not.
You're really excited about these explosives.
I mean, if we gather
So
enough
far, this
flash
place
paper
looks like it can go down with 2 or 3 of those things.
If we gather enough flash paper together, we could probably start a fire somewhere.
This is a theater. I'm getting ahead of myself. We should focus on what we can do. It sounds like the next step, unless someone has another thing they would like to try and do, is to announce Moon's presence. They're here to help, etc. Shazam with the light.
What do we do if it doesn't work?
We try to kill them.
I'm at about half my magical power, just so you're all aware.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Besides taking care of your injuries, I'm full and ready to go.
Listen, guys. Ever since we got here, every Joe, Dick, and Harry we've met has been telling us that there has to be an eclipse to kill Endelynn.
Right, and we've come up with, what now, 4 different contingencies with that, using 2 of which using Moon as the metaphor. Unless you think we literally need the Moon to be eclipsing the sun, and in a perpetual twilight realm like ours, it's going to be very impossible to have that happen.
From what I was told, even a figurative eclipse would work.
And we've planned for this. You've come up with a few of those plans, Imkin. You should trust in yourself.
Listen, I don't want to lose another person, all right?
I could just walk in there and try to talk to her. If I'm already in the room, it's easy to cast daylight on something, and then I just have to stand in front of it. She'll already know my name.
You're the only one who can cast it, though. What if she does something to you?
Well, I mean...
It is an option we can consider. But yes, if we cannot do that, otherwise we can grab one of these sun fucks off of the machine and roll it over here and have it in the hallway.
Does anyone have a shield?
Probably find a prop shield and prop room.
Circular, preferably.
Okay. Wasn't there a moon flag at some point? Did we see a sun flag?
I think there
There
was
was
a
a
sun.
There is a black box theater with a moon in it.
It's a bit cramped in there for combat.
It's not a problem for me.
Cramped spaces actually work better for me.
Lead her down to the black box theater. Lowry casts sunlight behind the moon. Figurative eclipse.
Alright. What then is the second eclipse we try if the first one fails? Is that when Lowry stands in front of the sun?
I think our first one's going to be Lowry. And then if that doesn't work, we retreat to the Black Box Theater and try it there.
Very well. All right.
Would you be able to cast daylight twice?
No. Does anyone have a lantern with a cover on it?
No. Hooded
I've got
lantern?
a torch. I've got
I
10
could
10 of them.
cast daylight onto an object. It would last for an hour, and I don't have to concentrate on it, so then someone just releases it behind me at the most opportune time.
It lasts for an hour.
Perfect.
That is perfect. Who's going to hold the sun?
Well, I only need one arm open for my type of combat. Unless someone feels like they can hold on to it better than me.
There be somebody who fights at range. The sun's going to be farthest from her.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna
I have to
be
get
as
into their
close as I
face.
can.
Looks at Vice.
Hold it then.
Right.
Produces hooded lantern from pack.
Lowry will take her necklace off and cast daylight on the necklace and put it inside.
Okay.
All right, we're on a timer now. We have only an hour. Are we ready for this?
We have to be.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to her first?
Well, I would need someone else to go with me because talking to her was the guys to get me in there and then cast daylight on something so that I stood in front of it and create an eclipse.
I'll do it. I'll go with you.
Then you should hold the lantern then, in case. Then you can get behind Lowry, undo the lid, and instant eclipse.
Why don't you do it from the hallway?
Huh?
Well, I mean, I only have to stand in front of it, so I could just stand in the doorway.
It really should be you.
It shines like an actual sun, so or a star.
I'm gonna be there mostly just to make sure nothing happens to Lowry. She is our moon, after all.
Let's do this.
It'll be fine. We're just going to the inner sanctum of a hag. How bad could it go?
Given our track record, poorly.
It was rhetorical.
If I can ask one additional thing while you're in there. If somehow something in the room or something that she says or an attack you do does damage that lets you know what type of element it'll be more weak against.
I'll shout it out.
Thank you. I can be more effective that way.
Okay.
Draws sword.
Going up to third floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So third floor, you creep out. There is those, and you see that there are like those double doors that she had entered through previously. Let me just check here real quick. Okay.
While we're heading up, Clout's gonna sidle up next to Vice. I've been thinking, how do those shadows get put back on anyway?
Maybe we'll find some silk thread and a needle.
Hmm.
You're not supposed to stitch open wounds with silk threads. That's how they get infected.
I'm not joking around here, man. I'm just saying, we won't need to deal with her if we can figure out how to put it back on ourselves.
Vice looks back. Is Clout missing his shadow?
No.
No, right? No.
Why would Clout be missing his shadow?
Why is Clout caring so
Trickery.
much right now?
Cause backstory stuff happened.
Listen. You might not remember, but if there's a job that I need to do, I will do it to the best of my abilities using whatever resources I have on hand. If my shadow is a price to pay, fuck it.
You're not the only one at risk here, all right? There are other people who are missing their shadows.
Then we'll get theirs.
Just try and think of someone other than yourself for once. And scene.
And scene. Okay. Top of the stairs, up to the door. He's gonna try it.
All right, then.
Wow. Who has the lantern?
Nice.
Lowry's gonna reach over and just pat your arm, and you feel a touch of guidance land on you, and then she will knock on the door.
I'm gonna bardically inspire Lowry.
Ooh.
I'm going to sell my winning smile.
For how much?
Vice leans against the threshold of the door, pulls out a pipe.
Knock, knock, knock. Miss
Okay.
Endelynn?
So, Vice, you said that you were going to lean up against the door, and Lowry, you also were going to approach the door. I need you both to make a strength saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's why you lean next to the door.
That's a threshold.
Okay, yeah. So, Vice, if you are on threshold, it's just Lowry who's knocking against it. Only Lowry needs to make that strength save.
Hey, good news. You can add your inspiration to that.
Okay, what's your inspiration at this level?
It's a...
D8 now?
Pretty sure it's still a D6. Yeah, it's a D6.
Well, you're not a
Okay.
pure bard.
Wait, no, at 5th level it becomes a D8.
right.
Mhm.
Hey.
It's only a 10 with that.
Okay.
Oof.
So,
Oof.
Lowry, knock, knock, knock. The rest of you see what looks like the outline of a giant hand with an open palm. Just check her. Lowry, you get hit with the force of this palm, and based on where you are on stage tower
Yeah.
level 2, you end up getting thrust back over the edge of this ring, and you fall down to stage level 1.
Featherfall. Reaction, Featherfall.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this.
Let me
Woo!
check real
That's
quick.
it's level 1, baby.
Thankfully, the hand itself does not do any damage. It would have just been the treacherous fall that would have got ya.
How much
However-
damage would that fall have been?
4d6.
40 feet. All right.
Yep. So yeah, Lowry,
building.
you end up getting boom back from it. Feather fall. Now, Lowry, you are on the bottom of tower level. You are on tower level 1.
Next to the gizmo.
The rest of you on tower level 2 are all near the doorway where this loud noise just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like for everyone to roll initiative.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, this is the time roll high. All right, cool.
9.
21.
22. Okay.
15.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Sounds
I had a
good.
question. Do you think that this ought to be a map situation?
I would say that a map would behoove you, specifically because Lowry is, how do you say, a bit away from where everyone else is.
So am I in where the orrery is?
Yes. Yeah, you
Okay.
are on a completely separate level.
Okay. So then y'all are...
And remember, each of those squares are 10 feet, not 5.
Can I get a look at we're over here, right?
Yeah, you guys are tower level
where-
2, where the doors
Yeah.
are. You're, I think you're here.
Okay.
Because that's the room, so you're on the other side of that. Right there.
Okay. Wait. Fuck. Sorry.
Can we lock this in place?
No, I don't think so.
as that's getting set up out of curiosity, who's going first?
So, at the top of the initiative round is going to be Balhadur.
Cool.
If I set
Glad
it
the
as the
hag
background,
didn't.
I can do that. Just give me a second and I can work that out.
All right, while you work that out, we are at the top, and Lowry just got slingshot over. Double checking. Sealy Court. I already forgot. We are a star. Okay. Balhadur will look at Vice, remembering that I have already flown today, and I tilt my head towards the balcony and fly, you fool.
I too have used my flight for the day.
Throws you over. Then gestures and says, "You're faster than me." And then I'm going to turn and try and blow the door open.
Okay. Sounds
Um,
good.
So I think the most effective way for me to blow a door, I will first get down on my knees, and I'm going to use my dragon breath again. That's
Balhadur's been reading Lowry's novel, apparently.
And just breathe out more necrotic energy. I will deal 7 necrotic damage to the door.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh man, where'd it go?
Don't be alarmed.
Okay. I was, but no, I'm not.
Be a fork in the garbage disposal instead. Ding ding
There you
ding
go.
ding 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 ding.
That shouldn't move.
You're the best.
Okay.
So
So,
how effective did that look on the door?
it did not look that effective at all. The door is made of stone.
Mm-hmm.
So the necrotic
What
energy
type
is
of stone?
we will say that it is made of the same kind of magically enforced granite that the rest of the castle is made out of. As this necrotic energy washes onto it, you see that it does create a divot, but the door itself looks like it is several feet thick. Like it would take you several attempts of breath weapon to try and eat your way through this thing. It is possible. However, it is still a solid stone door. But again, magically enforced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then next up is Vice. Vice, you have just seen Lowry get force pushed onto the floor beneath you.
And Balhadur told me to go.
Yee. You can run like 3 times my speed, so
Yeah, he plants a foot on the railing and he's gonna use like the bar structures that are holding the planets to acrobatics down.
Okay. Hell yeah, make an acrobatics check. I like this.
luckily we stopped the machine from moving, so it's not a crazy obstacle course.
Please, I wish it would be 18.
An 18. Okay, yeah, you are on the armaments of the orrery. You're balanced precariously so.
Just making his way down.
Okay. So we will put you like right here. On there, unless you want to get all the way down to level 1.
If I bonus action dash.
Yeah,
and
you
use,
can get down to
60
Lowry.
feet of movement. Yeah, I can get to Lowry.
Yep.
Whoop. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What are you doing? Why'd you leave them?
Baldo told me to come down here.
Oh, so you picked out to listen to someone?
Only when my life's in danger. Anyway, we should get back up to them.
Okay, Lowry, it is your turn.
Lowry's going to take her movement and also dash. The squares are 5 feet on this?
10.
They are 10 feet.
And where it says stairs up and down, that's the stairs that I'm trying to get to, correct?
1, 2.
Yeah, if you're trying to come up.
Okay.
So that would be 3 movements and 1.
So it'll be a total of 60 feet. She has a 30-foot walking speed.
Okay, so you would be right about there. Okay. Moved. that was
Yes.
action, movement. Do you have a bonus action?
No. I do not.
Okay, sounds good. Then next up in the initiative order is Clout.
Clout's gonna take a couple of steps away from the door, and then he's gonna like put 2 fingers to its lips and whistle for Whisper.
Okay.
Whisper! It's time. We're gonna do that thing we've been working on.
There is like if Whisper could make the verbalization of Whisper is not like there's a nod of like, yeah, we're gonna do the thing, and then there's like, which thing? Fuck. Shit. Like, is unsure as to what the thing is. But
The thing. Project Disco Lights.
and there is like again, if there was a verbalization of just yes, Whisper is here for it.
I cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Whisper just like centers themselves above and starts like changing color as best they can. What do Clout's Spirit Guardians look like?
It basically is like a bunch of tiny whispers, just like
Yay!
like just they all come like spiraling out of Whisper, and like just fill a field of 15 feet from Clout.
Okay. Sounds good. So
Let me just double checking exactly when and how this has an effect. I can choose any number of creatures to be unaffected by the spell. That's going to be Lowry, Vice, and Balhador, and myself. And Whisper, I guess. There's nothing in here that says that it doesn't go through walls or doors. So ghosts.
you still have to see the point that you're summoning it at. So you wouldn't be able, having not been to a place, you
They
effectively
flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. It's
Yep.
like an aura.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
So-
good.
If Endelynn happens to be within 15 feet of me, which I doubt that she is, but, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, if she chooses to open this door, she'll be.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
When a creature enters the area for the first time or starts their turn there, they must make a wisdom saving throw. That's what we're working with here.
Sounds good. Okay, so next up in the initiative order is Endelynn. So, knock, 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 force pushed from the door. People are like snapping fingers, like doing shit outside of this door. And Balhador and Clout, the two of you that are directly in front of the door, you see that this door is pulled open, and as it is, you see that there is this figure. And we can't say creature, and we can't say humanoid, because both of those descriptions would be lacking when it comes to Endelynn Moongrave. When the door opens, you see her arms outstretched, pulling forward, and you see around where her ribcage should be a second set of arms that unfurl and extend outwards with their fingers, and as they do, the light that shines from Whisper, from his disco lights, you can see what look like the faint curvatures of light glistening off of invisible threads as they shoot through this hallway. She is going to try and make an attack towards you, Balhador. And
Cool.
that is going to be a 19 to hit.
All right,
Cutting
it
words.
does.
Cutting
Maybe.
words. I'm using cutting words to reduce that
By how much?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot that I have hardware acceleration in the mode that makes my dice roll. and at a chugging speed.
Now,
you know what
are you using not a creature, not a
that's an
humanoid
8.
as like a description of how
Descriptor.
creepy she is?
Yes.
Okay, so she's still a creature when it comes
Yes.
to targeting.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So she
Yeah,
is
jump in here
within
and turn
Cloud's
off
aura
dice
then.
This attack is up to 60 feet in length.
Oh, did the door just magically open then?
She pulls the doors open, and then from within her chamber has like unleashed these threads.
Right, we're right
Got those
outside the
go-go
door then.
gadgets.
Yeah. But that's so. For example, looking at the map, where she is currently standing is about 20 feet inside the chamber.
Oh, is she the square?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the black square.
Okay.
Is the punching glove prank come full circle?
Okay, so how much was cutting words for?
8.
8? Oh, so that would reduce it to an 11. Excellent.
All right, that changes things. It's a miss.
Okay. So you see that, or you hear her hiss, and this second little clawed hand is then going to redirect, and she is going to use her second attack towards you, Cloud. That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Can't do shit about that.
Okay. So that is a 25, and that is going to be for 16 points of damage. Now, part of her Puppeteer's Lash, which is the ability that she is using, is that if the target is large or smaller, she can then telekinetically move you up to 10 feet in any direction. So, Clout, you feel these invisible puppeteer strings attach at your points of articulation, like at your elbow, at your wrist, at your shoulder, and she just whips you up, and you feel your body marionette until you are above the barrier between where the balcony is and the orrery. And then you see her second hand make a set of finger snips, and she cuts. And she is going to drop you off of this balcony for an additional 4d6.
Do you have any slots for Featherfall on yourself?
Already
Nope,
used the
I
reaction
already
for
used
cutting
my
words.
reaction.
Oh.
Can I try and catch myself? I have established that there is a thing in here that can be acrobatics down.
Acrobatics is when you are trying to catch yourself, but if you are being thrown as part of this, normally you would need a strength check to reject being pushed. But Cloud, that would be for an additional, that looks like an additional 16 points of damage.
All right.
As you are effectively thrown 40 feet down from where this orrery is.
Okay.
And does your spirit guardians leave with you, or is that still where it was and Whisper is just like spinning in a circle, unleashing Whisper Juniors?
It's a send.
Spirit Guardians follows me.
Okay,
Oh, does it?
I've made both my concentration saves.
excellent. Okay, so that is her turn at the top of the stairs. And Balhadur, now that you can see her and kind of get a good look into this room, you see that in that large chamber behind her, through the darkness, her like all of the walls of this room are covered in puppets and masks.
It'd be rude to breathe fire in this room.
Well, she was rude first, and it is your turn.
Well, the masks didn't do anything. Okay, well,
Not exactly how I was hoping that would go down, but it is still going in the right direction.
and Balhadur is going to roll off the balcony and attempt to fall down as low damaged as possible.
Okay, so if you are running away, this is one that you would be able to acrobatics check your way to if you wanted to try.
Yeah,
And like Prince of Persia, your way down as well.
Cool, 23.
Okay, 23. He might be a chungy boy, but you've never seen somebody so limber.
So they start hopping from one to the other, and as soon as they get to the ground, they go,
The chase has started.
Great.
She can at least attack from about 30 feet away with extra hands she's got. I didn't ascertain any weaknesses so far. She can throw people really hard.
I gathered.
All Oh, can I say that before I rolled off the balcony, I had used my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on her?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. So I finger guns as I go, and there's a giant red crosshair above him, so people know you can crit better.
God damn it.
But yes. All right.
Okay.
Just mark.
Excellent. So that was the start. That was the first turn. So that was Balhadur. Next up would be Vice. And Vice, you have now seen Clout and Balhadur make their way in one form or another down to the bottom floor. So you are all on level 1, and you know that Endelynn is on level 2.
Is she peeking over the edge?
No. She didn't even leave the hallway of her room to throw Vice or to throw Clout.
Clout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vice is gonna move past Clout and pick him up
Okay.
to the theater, I guess.
Okay.
Yep, I guess.
That is
Alright.
plan B.
So that was 20. I'll use a bonus action to dash past Lowry and tell her we're going to the theater now.
Are we going to the smaller or the larger theater? Because there was that
Isn't
like
the
side
theater
theater.
the other way? Isn't M18 the theater?
Is it the
M18 is not the theater.
Okay.
Yeah, both of the theaters are done on stage
Yep,
level
on
M10
stage level.
and 2.
Yes.
Wings, can we get a map changeover?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Map us and snap us.
You're the
Maybe,
best!
I was hoping we
for-
wouldn't have to do this, but that's okay.
And then we had to flee. So
If the Jamboard was just like longer, so we could stay zoomed in, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
No worries.
I'm just gonna put it on the second
Board.
page of the Jamboard, in case we have to move back.
And it was a lunar eclipse specifically, right?
A solar eclipse.
A solar eclipse. Okay.
sun behind the moon.
Always get those
Or
backwards.
sun in front of the moon, sorry.
Gosh,
Okay.
I have to re-add my token, don't I?
There you go. Stage level is on
No,
page 2.
You can duplicate, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that is where you guys are heading.
Yeah, M10.
Okay. Sounds good. So that was Vice, your turn, and we're going to the theater. Then skedaddle on. Lowry, it is your go.
I heard theater, so she's going down the stairs.
Okay. Stairs. And yeah, we'll say that there's about 40 feet of movement on the stairs to separate the levels that were there.
Okay, to make it all the way down, she'll dash
Okay.
for a total of 60 feet.
Okay. Then, yeah, you will pop out at the bottom of the stairs, and you can spend 20 feet of movement to get into the library that is there on stage level. Okay, so then next up is Clout.
I will also dash.
Okay. So dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'll be able to get about halfway down the stairwell.
Okay.
How do I move my duplicated token to the other page?
There's another
just-
page.
Yeah, copy it on the first page, then go to the second page
Oh.
and paste it.
Look at that.
Okay.
Oh, like Control C.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that was Clout. You were running. Next up is Endelynn's turn. And Endelynn is going to be moving. So the only person who would be able to see would be Bal, because Bal has not gone other than
Hello there.
drop yet. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to the edge. And then you see that she begins to like glide out over the over this empty space, and she's just like kind of like making this long drawing circle around you. So she has begun her like flying descent down, and she is going to use, let me see here. Let me just check. Yeah, she is going to try and lash out at you.
All right.
Let's see. That is an 8 to hit, so I don't think that's going to do it. And then for the second attack, that's a 9. And as she goes to like get down towards you, Balhadur, this is fine. You have a plan. Your friends have a plan. This is great. And as she's trying to get this, her, like, the small hands that she has, you can see that where, like, that sunken recess is, where her chest is, you can see what looks like a flickering of stage light that seems to happen. And you see what appears to be the silhouette of a small, chunky dragonborn, and the silhouette of what looks to be a smaller version of Endelynn, and you see her little hands creep out, and then you see your puppet levitate into the air as the limbs take on very unnatural, very injured looking poses. And she says, as she says, "I've seen your future, boy."
Neat.
Okay, and that is it for her turn. Balhadur, it is yours.
Dang, she's really at the bottom of the initiative?
Yes, she goes
Wow.
last.
All
She got an
right.
8 on her initiative.
All right, Balhadur. It's time to not be a hero.
So I am going to. Where's my speed? Should have actually taken Longstrider. So I have a speed of 35, so I can, no matter what, catch up with the party. I am going to stay at the back of the line at all times.
Okay.
So that Lowry and Clout at least are not the nearest targets of attack. I know Vice will be fine; they're going to be a mile away. And do I have any bonus action thingies I want to do? Not without breaking concentration. So I will just purely dash. Actually, no, there is one more bonus action thingy I can do. And that is, I am going to point further up ahead, in between Lowry and Vice, and summon Sir Talavar in ice form to the table.
Oh, yeah.
Just has
Talavar's.
sunglasses on. He looks really cool.
And as soon as he sees you, he asks, "Good friend, how long's it been? At least 10 years?"
It feels like forever. Also, we are in combat.
Aha! You see they like throw a little, like, it looks like one of those like fruity beach drinks. Like it's like a melon ball or something, and they just toss it and pull out a rapier, and they're all ready to go again.
Stay frosty.
Okay, so yeah, that is Bal's turn. So you are, because Sir Talavar goes with you, correct?
Yeah, they'll
Okay.
always, it'll be my bonus actions to make them do
Okay.
stuff.
And currently their do stuff is, let's both get the hell out of here.
No, the bonus action was to make them appear, but now
Okay.
they're further ahead. I don't have to worry about them catching up.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Then next up would be Vice.
Making my way to the theater, double moving,
Running
using
fast.
action.
Double dash, running past to the theater.
1, 2.
Run into the
3,
theater at
4,
the speed
5,
of sound.
6. And then bonus action dash again.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yeah, knowing that
Total
these like
movement.
backdrops will just like recede out of the way as you get close, you are able to make your way into that hallway to escape into the small theater. That is no issue. Then next up is Lowry.
You're muted.
And Lowry, you are also running in the same direction that you just saw Vice go.
Yes, I
Okay.
was muted.
And inside this library, you see that there are darklings and others just like they are just watching you go. They have no context.
Can I just shout as I'm running? Endelyn's really mad. Everybody hide.
Make a persuasion check.
At advantage?
I would say at advantage to play on their fear. Yeah.
Okay. 11.
11?
I rolled a 10 and an 8.
Two of them are very alarmed and get up and leave. The third one, I don't know if you are familiar of the story of Mount St. Helens, the volcano in Washington State that erupted in like the 60s or like not 60s, but like within recent memory. And there was a man who had a house on the side of St. Helens that the police came and said, the volcano is erupting, you need to leave. And he said, I'm not going anywhere, and then died via the volcano that erupted. This Darkling researcher in the library is that man and the volcano. You have told him a volcano is on the way, and he just goes, I don't give a shit. I'm not moving. Like, you can tell, like, turn me into a mask. I don't care. But all the others leave. Except one. But he doesn't seem like he cares one way or the other.
When Lowry gets up to Vice, Vice points at the corner where it turns into M10 and goes, mind that, it falls away.
I'm glad you said
okay.
something about that.
Okay. Then next up after Lowry is Clout.
How much farther do I have to go?
You had made it to the top of the stairs, bottom of the stairs last round. Or at some point in the stairs.
Okay.
You would have been at the bottom if I'm behind you.
All right, so I'm gonna continue running.
40,
I'm gonna
50, 60.
Yeah, double move to get to where I'm at.
Okay. Sounds good. So double move. Then next up is Endelynn.
Keep it up, Whisper.
I mean, she hasn't hit me yet, but I also do have a good stockpile of HP to sponge during this chaos.
Okay, so then let's see here.
I'm glad one of us has HP to sponge.
That was
So
like the happiest part of
she-
rolling this character up. I was like, oh my god, someone has health.
So Bal, you're at the top of the stairs, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay, she is going to then aerial drop down, and she is going to try and use her lashes towards you. And this time again, the little puppeteer display that she has shows what looks like a tree, your body hanging from it, and then what appears to be the representation of your 3 party members with little wooden hands over where their faces would be crying.
Joke's on you. My neck's too thick for that.
That's going to be a 14.
As a miss?
That misses, and then that's a 7 to hit. So yeah, she misses twice in a
God.
row. Yet again, as she continues,
The opposite of Pam in hag combat.
as she continues to miss once again. But you will note, let me just make sure, that she is you are going towards the stairs. She is. Yeah, she will continue to fly towards the stairs, and as soon as she gets to the ground level, you see that the bottom of her dress that was flowing seems to get rigid, almost like it is how a a vampire squid, when they fully spread out, you see what was once just these very flowing flaps just again clank out, and you actually hear a tick 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 as the bottom parts of her dress begin to scurry along the floor. She chases after you, and you can
She
see
reminds me of the mother from Coraline.
yeah, a little bit for sure. That's a good vibe on that one. So that was her turn. Balhadur, it is yours.
So long farewell, Avita, say goodbye, and I am going to continue my movement down. I will catch up to squad.
Okay.
Oops. I'll just be upside down now.
Sounds good.
And then with my bonus action, I will have Sir Talavar move ahead. Their speed is, I believe, also 30. Speed of dragon. Where is your movement speed? 40 feet. Okay, cool. Yeah, Talavar will just kind of keep up relatively to the front of the line with Vice.
Okay. Sounds good. Next up, Vice.
I hate this part. Vice moves forward. He's gonna purposefully trigger the trap if it's like not reset.
Okay. Yeah, so the trap, it was reset, but yeah, you trigger it again and the false floor goes away and you can just see that there is dirt on the ground down there.
And then he's gonna use an acrobatics to hop that and wait at the corner and extend his hand out for people.
Yeah, you don't even need to use an acrobatics check because, again, you have a jump speed as part of your movement speed, so you can, I'm pretty sure most of you can jump 10 feet. Which is a wild thing to say, like, all things considered, but, like, yeah, I'm fairly certain most of you can jump 10 feet.
Fun D&D builds. Knights in the Courtyard.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Vice, you have jumped over, and there is that, like, open theater that is behind you as you were bringing some folks in. So that was Vice. Lowry, it is your go. And Vice has his hand outstretched to you.
She will take it and hop over. And am I able to still use an action after that?
Yeah, no, that's just your movement.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Turns back first level healing word on Clout. You get 5 points healing back.
Yeah.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. So, yeah, Lowry going over there. Okay, so then next up, Clout.
I'm going to continue to run. Give that a 1, a 2, 3. 3? Do I want to... Oh, I wonder if... No, I want to save that, aren't I? I'm gonna stand in front of the pit. Nah, I should get in there. I'm gonna double move and jump.
Into the pit?
No,
Oh, okay.
over the pit
Oh,
and into
Dive
the theater.
right in there.
hop right in. Okay.
I'll resolve anything else next time.
Sounds good. Okay.
Back roll.
And then next up is Creeping Lynn herself. Okay. She was up there. She got to the top of the stairs. So she is going to be spending her turn to move. And she is going to do a double move. So that way she is been moved down to the stage level with you all. She seems to be running in the same direction that you are all. And I would say that Balhadur, you can see that, like, she gets to the bottom of the stairs and, like, pokes out, and she's able to move that extra 20 feet. And now that she's standing in the doorway, that Darkling goes like, I don't give a shit. She can come. She can do whatever sees her. And you just hear, like, in Sylvan, oh, fuck, and, like, stand up. And then they are, like, now that they have been presented with the danger, they're like, oh, I see. It's a natural disaster. I want nothing to do with that. Yeah. So
Thank you for exiting at your earliest convenience.
So that is all Endelynn can do. Balhadur, it is your go once again.
10, 20, 10, 20, 30. And then I will dash to use the rest to get all up in this business. And then once I jump to the other side with everyone, I will use my bonus action to have Sir Talavar hop across and join us. They'll climb up on the stage and draw their sword and brandish it up in the air to look almighty in the theater.
Sounds good. Okay. So, yeah, it is your group. You've all made it into the theater. That is good. If you can just give me a brief second. Because inside the theater, there are some new players in the ball game, let's say.
Ah, I thought those people were in there.
Okay. So, Balhadur, that is your go. Then, just get this. Okay, so Vice, that is you as well. And Balhadur is in, Sir Talavar is in. You can see that there is that, like, disco moon ball that's chilling up on the roof, that, like, kind of the representation of the moon is present in this small theater. As we will, let's just reintroduce the theater, which is that you see rows of tiered seating fill the back half of this theater, and motes of dust float and dance above the ancient upholstery. The seats face a stone stage flanked by wooden silhouettes of fir trees lit from behind and above by a white, moon-like sphere of glass that hangs from the ceiling by a short chain and casts long shadows on the walls. Suspended above the stage is a trapeze.
Okay.
Oh boy. I thought you said there were some new players in here.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, they're not in the audience?
It looks like all of the seats are vacant.
Damn.
Vice is gonna look around for a way up onto the trapeze.
Now you could acrobatics your way up there.
Alright, when she gets in here, I'll flash her with the light spell.
Okay.
It's 27 to get up there.
Yeah.
So nimble.
Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, hell,
Nice
Super
fun,
Mario,
and then,
if you
like-
wanted to do the like wall bounce. Yeah, you're able to get atop the trapeze and you're looking down and you are all prepared for when Endelynn is gonna come in here. Man, it's gonna be so sweet. And that's when you notice it, Vice. That the light that is being cast onto all of these trees, onto these chairs, even onto the trapezes themselves, the shadows begin to move. As one of these long shadows stretches out from the fir tree, and it is going to lift out of the ground to create a more vertical representation of itself, as it is going to try and strike out towards... It would do Balhadur. As Balhadur, you are the most inside
Have
of
at me.
this.
Does it get within 15 feet of me?
Within 15 feet of you.
I am pretty much adjacent to you.
Yes, I would say that it's within 15 feet.
Get him.
Wisdom save, please.
Okay. Sounds good. Let me just check to see. Oh, that's good. For you. Bad for me.
It's
A 17.
17 makes it.
Okay. As this shadow is going to try and attack Balhadur.
It's going to take half as much damage.
Yay.
So the full amount of damage is 14 radiant damage, and it's going to take half of that, so 7.
Okay.
Radiant.
Okay. So it takes 7. Yeah, it looks rightly fucked at this point.
Little whisper babies just get all up in its face, just like.
Yeah, as this shadow tries to attack Balhadur, it only gets a 7 though, so it is unable to make ends meet. But yeah, Vice, or as your group realizes this, there are 11 total shadows in this room.
Get Clout in the middle
Sveral.
of the fucking room. Let them all make some saves.
Okay, then next up is Lowry.
Lowry will move out of the doorway because I don't want to be there when Endelynn arrives. Move further in.
Okay.
Um,
Lowry moving that far into the room will provoke 3 attacks of opportunity from the
will
11
it?
shadows. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, so they're all they're like already in Clout's
Yes.
vibe.
Some of
Okay.
them were,
Oh.
yes.
Well,
Can I
as
move
soon as they,
further-
as
Yeah,
soon
Clout
as they
doesn't need to
get
see
in,
them,
they-
so long as they're
Yeah.
in the bubble.
Exactly.
It's a stealth defense sometimes.
Only one would succeed on a save, so Clout rolls some damage, which then just makes combat a little bit easier for me.
Do you want to just use the damage that we did before, or do you want me to roll separate for everyone?
Let's just use the damage that we used before.
So
All right, so
14 and
that was
7.
14 and 7. Yeah.
Okay.
okay. I can't take that many attacks of opportunity, so Lowry
Well,
will not
sounds-
move.
Well, hang on. It sounds like we're getting a lot less of them, hopefully.
We shall see.
Yeah, 4 of them disappear.
Okay, not enough.
So there are now 7 total of these shadows.
Well, gee.
With the 5 points of healing Clout got last time, how's he looking?
He's no longer bloodied, but he's only 3 points over bloodied.
Okay.
So he's at 28 out of
Okay.
50.
Okay. Keep that in mind. Let's try Chill Touch on one of these.
Okay.
Is a 12 gonna hit?
12 just hits. What kind of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Shadows are
Necrotic.
immune to necrotic damage.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
All right, I'm out of
Um,
breath options then.
Yeah, that's gonna be Lowry's turn.
Okay. Sounds good. And Lowry, you said that you were just staying where you were.
Yep.
Weren't moving in deeper. Okay. So now it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shadows get to go in a row. I rolled all of their initiatives individually, so let's see how this plays out. Let's see.
You chose to do that to yourself.
Yeah, I did. So Vice.
Yes.
Oh no.
So let's see here.
You have a decent amount of hit points, right, Vice?
I'm still topped up, yeah.
That is an 11.
Are you like above 40?
That's a miss.
Okay.
Yeah, just barely above 40.
That's a 12.
Yes. 17 is what you want to hit.
Okay, well a 23 will do the job.
Did they have to move past me to get to Vice?
Not to get to Vice, because they are shadows.
Okay.
They can actually like creep along walls and do other things that are
Shadow
I
stuff.
figured, but I had to ask.
shadow stuff. Okay.
Here comes the hurt.
So Vice, that is going to be for 8 points of necrotic.
Yep. And what's my strength drain?
Your strength drain is going to be 4. Okay.
Well,
Just a kind reminder that Vice only has 10 strength.
Had 10 strength.
Had 10 strength.
oh, you're so strong.
4th shadow is going to try and get you, Vice. That is a 16 to hit, though, so
Barely misses.
barely misses. And then the other 2 are going to go after Sir Talavar.
So Talavar, what's your AC?
Talavar's
17.
not within
He's got
the
more
aura, is
AC
he?
than
No.
me.
They have learned after watching their friends just get shredded by Whisper going.
Yeah.
So what was Talavar's AC?
17.
17. Okay, so they got a 19 to hit. So Talavar is going to take 9 points of necrotic,
9.
and his strength is reduced by 4.
Strength by 4.
Isn't it a D4 to reduce strength?
Yeah.
Oof.
Rough stuff. All right.
And then the 6th
Okay.
shadow is also going to attack Sir Talabar. That is an 11 to hit, though. So that is no go.
I really wish I summoned him as necrotic now.
We didn't know!
We didn't know.
All right, next up, Clout. Clout, you got the cheese grater all equipped on you.
Yeah.
Start doing laps.
Yeah. It would be fun if it worked like that. But they have to enter it for the first time on their turn.
Or start their turn there.
Or start their turn there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move until the majority of them are within my aura. And then I'm going to say, everybody get near me!
Okay. Sounds good.
And I'm going to ready an action to... I guess bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself. At 2nd level? Yeah, let's do that. Healing 11 hit points. And then, so that's my bonus, my move, and can I hold an action?
What
Yeah.
kind of
If
action?
I've moved in bonus.
Yeah, you could still hold an action. What kind of action do you want to hold?
I want to grapple Endelynn Moongrave if she gets near me.
Okay. Sounds good.
But I had to move to, like, the middle of the room, didn't I?
Yeah.
Can I instead line up a Vicious Mockery?
Sure. And Vicious Mockery is a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's a bonus action.
No. It's an
Which is
action.
not... Oh, it is a full action. Yeah, okay.
Nice. Okay, so then it would be Endelynn's turn. She's getting closer. Yeah, because Lowry, did you stay in the doorway?
Yeah, I already didn't move.
Okay, so she would be able to see you down the hall.
No.
So, Lowry, does 16 hit?
Yep.
So, Lowry, you feel those psychic grips on your points of articulation as you
Cutting
see...
words. Cutting words.
Do you have to see the person doing it?
I have to be able to see the person being attacked.
Okay.
Nice.
That's why it took me so long to say it. I was checking.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's a 16 to hit currently.
I gotta
Your AC,
roll a
Lowry.
d8 now.
14.
It's 12.
Oh. It's doable. It's doable on a D8.
8! Holy shit!
Ah, let's go.
Fucked. Lin.
Okay,
Oh my god! Oh,
second
twin
attack.
cards!
Second attack.
Second attack.
Second attack is for 20.
Oh.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, so again, as we described, points of articulation. And Lowry, when you see her and she grabs at you and pulls you in, she moves you 10 feet, but purposefully puts you inside of the floor trap that was there. So you fall onto the dirt. Lowry, you are going to be taking a total of 20 points of damage, of psychic damage from her puppeteer's lash. And Lowry, as you can feel your joints and muscles contorting, you look up and you see that one of the separators of this hallway of partitions was a gravestone. And on that gravestone, you see the name Lowry Moon appear as your body comes in contact with the dirt.
What?
Get out of there.
Neat.
Just a little food for thought.
That's a cosmetic.
What a time to join
trap
Raiders.
No, it's
Sure.
never cosmetic. Just no.
Okay, so
I'll let the
Clout-
party know that Lowry is currently at half health.
All right.
All right, so Clout, you had rushed into the middle of the room. So this shadow who is there maybe longer if you roll really low. How many dice do you roll with Spirit Guardians?
3.
Okay,
3d8.
cool. They can't survive that even if you rolled all ones.
Oh. Okay.
So they disappear.
That's for you.
So then, next up at the top of the round is Balhadur. And your good friend Sir Talavar, you have just watched Lowry, who is your figurative moon, your metaphorical moon at this point, just get yoinked out of the doorway and into the hall.
Okay. And then I need to double check as a for clarification, because I feel like one thing was said and the opposite definition was used.
Yep.
Is this a solar or lunar eclipse?
It is a solar eclipse.
Got it. Okay, so then you said it was a 20-foot drop?
Into the pit.
Into the pit?
It is
Into the pit.
20 feet deep.
Deep. Okay.
But it is filled to a depth of 10 feet with grave dirt.
Oh, neat. All right. Unless one of them shades touch me, I'm pretty confident in being able to use my body weight to my advantage. I'm going to wrap a rope around my abdomen because I don't see anything else efficient to secure it to, and drop the other end down there for Lowry.
Okay, just tossing that in there.
Yep.
Okay.
I
will say that's your interaction.
Oh, okay.
Your
cool,
object
cool, cool.
interaction.
And then with that, I'm the court under the stars. Look, I have to stay on this side. Okay.
Double Ranger.
I would like to hop across the cube to get back into the hallway.
Okay.
How far away is this lovely, fantastic friend?
Is 30 feet away from one end of the hallway to the other. She's basically like right at the opening to the library.
Damn it! All right, I have to use my less preferred option, and I'm going to use a bow. And I'm going to make 2 attacks to try and hit this mean old person. 17 on the first one.
17 hits.
Okay.
Yeah, it just hits.
That is stand by. That is 6. But I am a piercer, so I'm going to re-roll that and use the new roll. Fuck. So the first arrow is 4 piercing damage. And then I'm going to second attack arrow. Come on. Oh, nat 20.
And don't forget your hunter's mark dice.
Oh, yes. So, okay, so that happened. Rewind D6. Add the D6 of 3 damage.
Remember, Hunter's Mark also gets doubled on a crit.
Yep.
Nice.
Because at this table, we roll double dice for everything.
Wow. Okay, so that's 8 plus 12 damage for the second attack.
Hell yeah.
That's my least preferred weapon.
And hop back into the room.
Okay.
And then just put my back up against the wall and try and just like make myself as much dead weight as possible and wait.
Okay, sounds good. Next up is Vice. Vice, you currently have 4 shadows on you.
No, I don't. Bonus action, disengage.
Rogues, BB.
How far away is the trapeze from me?
Well, you said that you wanted to be on the trapeze, so I would say it is within like it's like resting in the middle of the pillars, so it's probably like 20 feet away.
Okay. So with my disengage, Vice runs past the pillar. His tail flicks the trapeze up, and he's just gonna grab it, swing to the middle of the room, and drop down.
Okay.
Nice. Next to Clout.
Okay.
Hey, you would not believe the fuckery up there. Holy shit!
Whispers just raining down.
Whisper's got
She's
the
in the hole, get her
highest
out of the
body
hole!
count right now.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to get to the doorway, but turn around and use a psychic blade and pop one of the shadows.
Okay.
Go on and put me to rest. Maybe it's something, but where?
Are you at least like out of view of the doorway so that they can't just stand in the doorway, like floating above the trapdoor and looking at you?
I'm next to Clout, so.
Just probably move myself.
Plus that. A 19 to hit.
Okay. So a 19. Yeah, that hits.
For 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay. That shadow goes away.
Hee
They don't have very much health.
Thankfully.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. The next up is a shadow, because it's a 15 feet. They were initially the one that had hit Vice, or the one that had tried to hit Bal, that had entered in. So 15. They would still be within. They don't have enough health to survive even minimum damage from Spirit Guardians.
God, Spirit
That's-
Guardians is such a good pick.
Like, yeah, when it comes to the undead, it's just a big fuck you.
I mean...
Curse
like,
of Strahd.
Curse of Strahd, yeah, we can talk about that in Nights in the Courtyard. But Lowry, it
The
is your turn.
Blender.
Laura's gonna try and climb out of the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
Sounds good. So, yeah, it's 10 feet. So without a climb speed,
There's a rope.
It's
Oh,
You've
yeah,
got a
you have the rope. Okay, good.
There's a rope, and I am almost 400 pounds.
Okay.
it's 2 feet for every 1 foot of movement.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So she can make it out. Her walking speed is 30 feet, so that gives her 15
Mm-hmm.
climbing.
Cool.
And Lowry, you just hear a hissing sound coming from Endelynn as she says, or she asks the question. My sisters were not the nicest of hags. They were not even good sisters, but they were not yours to kill. What reason do you have to raise your fingers against our kind?
Because there's people here who needed help. My name's Lowry Moon, and that's what I do.
And Endelynn laughs at this when you say this. She does not believe
Fuck you, Endelynn.
Endelynn, you stupid dummy head. Okay,
Blast
so
at this.
yeah,
Clout,
Lowry,
Vice, and
you
Balhadur appear
able
behind
to
her.
get on up?
Yeah, I still have my action, right?
Yeah. Still have action and bonus action.
Excellent. Lowry's going to start forking glowing, doing her scary hag thing with glowy eyes as symbiotic entity starts up. Give me that temp HP, please. And that will be it for her turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Then next up are the shadows. The shadows, thankfully, were up on the up on the balcony that were fighting Vice, so they don't have to worry about that. However, they are going to stay clear of the Disco Symposium, of this Disco Elysium, as you will. And they will hang towards the wall and come down. And Lowry, as you are glowing, they are going to try and make some attacks towards you. So the first one is going to make an attack. And that is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And that will be for 12 or 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And your strength score is reduced by 4. This is a great D4 right now.
This is
My strength
D4's a
score is
dick.
already it's already a 9.
Cool. Your strength score is 5 right now.
You are so frail.
The second shadow goes. Second shadow saw the success of the first one.
From strength reduction.
That is a 6, third shadow. So Lowry, you have 3 shadows between you and Balhadur. That is a 9. Shadow number 4 goes. That is a 13 to hit.
That hits. That's
Okay.
1 over.
Stop cutting words.
Okay.
It's my last one.
Okay.
Oh, I have to actually roll for it. Duh.
Well, I mean, it was 1 over. You don't have. You can.
6.
Okay.
I hit the hit. I hit the hit. It's a hit, dude.
Hit. Yeah.
I'm not letting Lowry go through the rest of this fight with 1 strength, baby.
Okay, and
Has a 1 strength baby.
1 strength, baby. All right, and Balhadur, you are getting one of these guys attacking you. That is for a 13 to hit, though, so that is not going to be successful. Next up is Clout. Clout, you now see that on Lowry, there are about 4. It looks like the 4 that were fighting Vice have now all dropped on to Lowry to start their assault. And there is one that is going up against Bal. And Clout, the very interesting thing about the shadow that is currently attacking Balhadur, you recognize this shadow. You've seen this shadow at the Witchlight Carnival many, many times. This is the shadow of Gleam. God damn it. Do with that as you will. It's your turn.
Please do something with that.
Oh boy. Can I get to a point where all of the shadows are in my lovely aura?
Yeah. You just gotta like run along the tops of the seats, but you can get everybody in your aura.
I'll do that. Yeah. I'm gonna take a swing at the Gleam shadow.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I need to do something
You're
about
gonna
that.
kill the Gleam Shadow?
It's a danger, baby.
Yeah, don't say we saw it. That's all.
Sorry, I don't know
Yes,
why
don't
everybody's baby right now.
Say shit.
That shadow's gonna kill us, okay?
Listen, we're not gonna snitch on you.
God damn it. Okay. I turned off my rolling on this. Yeah. Well, I turned off my rolling to see if it would help, and just rely on my my third-party app to do all of the rolling. But it took away all of my buttons that roll now. So like, I just gotta turn this back on real quick. There we go. All right, here we go. 17 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
All right. That's gonna be 8 bludgeoning damage, and I'm gonna grapple.
Okay. So you'll find that the strength to punch a shadow is not as much as you were expecting. And when you go to grab onto them, they are made of shadow and are incapable, they are immune to the grappled condition.
Well, we learned something.
Cool. That's all we need.
Okay.
That's I guess that's I guess that's everything I got.
Okay. Then next up is Endelynn.
Well, he takes a swing at it, and then like as he meets only with air, he's gonna take a boxer stance, and he's gonna say, "If you know what's good for you, you better leave."
To the shadow?
Yeah, he's gonna give her a chance.
Sure. Make a persuasion check.
Could I argue intimidation?
Intimidation. This
Am I
will
spookier than
be-
the ghost?
This will be a disadvantage because they don't have any language.
Well, in that case, is it gonna be a disadvantage regardless?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. 25.
25 at disadvantage.
Yeah, the other one was a 27.
Okay. Yeah, they Jesus, yeah. I've heard of scared of your own shadow, but I've never heard of scaring someone else's. So yeah, you are able to frighten this shadow, which that'll be fun at the beginning of their turn after you've intimidated them and they just go Swiss cheese.
Whoops.
Okay, next up is Endelynn, and Endelynn sees Lowry still at the corner. She's going to do a ranged attack. There's a 24 to hit.
God damn it.
Yep.
Okay. And that is going to be for 19 points of psychic damage.
As Lowry takes that hit, the party sees the spores swirling around her drop and her eyes stop glowing. Hail of spores is down.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Second
Oh,
attack.
boy.
Still up.
Yeah, Lowry's still up
Okay.
for now.
And second attack, it looks like my pictures froze, but that's fine.
Sure is. You're very concentrated on this
A
dice.
19 to hit.
Yeah, it's
Any
Cutting
other
words
things?
is out.
Okay.
I'm out of cutting words, babe.
For a
I don't know
total,
why I
Bubble
wrote babe.
Ranger.
I'm sorry. I'm very nervous.
that is for a total of 17 points of damage.
I have a gambit, but it's not on this turn.
And Lowry, as
Yeah.
each time that she attacks, she is able to telekinetically move you 10 feet. She's going to pop you 10 feet up into the air above the ground towards the ceiling, so that way when the psychic tethers break, you fall 20 feet onto the grave dirt.
What a fucking witch.
That will be
Okay.
for an additional 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Lowry's down.
And then the second bludgeoning damage, like she would just basically do the same thing of just pop, pop. So yeah, like all damage considered, because that first 5 would have been on the first hit, you would have gone down on the second one. So there's no additional like saves or anything like that are going to.
Can I make a negotiation that Lowry grabs onto the rope and like at least doesn't get slammed into the ground?
If she was grabbing the rope, she would still fall to the ground though.
Well, not if she grabs it like halfway up. I'm not saying like grab like the
I will
edge
say,
of the 50-foot
I would say
rope.
yes, but then there's also the bludgeoning damage on the second strike anyways.
I'm just hoping that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
corpse is somewhere else than in a hole.
No.
Okay, so did she? I have a question. Did
Yeah.
she drop her into the hole on the first attack?
Yes.
She would not have line of sight on the second attack if she were in
I
the
don't
hole.
think she needs it for that attack.
For
Doesn't sound like it.
one is a range of 60 feet.
But she would
can
be down in the
float
hole.
too, right?
20 feet.
She
yeah.
can still move. We can just have her move. That's fine.
So she's at least near the hole.
I'm just making sure.
So
Either
drop
way,
down.
Lowry is in a hole
Yeah,
and she's
all right.
unconscious.
All
She's
right.
in a
Rules
hole
lawyering
filled-
is the only way we're gonna live.
Yeah.
She is
All right.
in a hole filled with grave dirt with her name clearly written on a prop gravestone as Endelynn, also known as Creeping Lynn, draws closer and closer to this theater that you were all ready for.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, with that, Balhadur.
All right. I have to
There
fall
are
in a
3
hole now.
shadows like blocking that doorway.
There sure are, but they seem to be at least incorporeal. So Balhador's going to risk some opportunity attacks
Okay.
and fucking run and jump down into the hole.
All right. There will
Try
be,
as hard as possible not to eat shit too hard down there.
There would be. You would take attacks of opportunity from
3, 4.
a total of 5 shadows, because there was the
Okay.
one that was on you, and then there were the 4 that were on Lowry. So each of these shadows will get an attack of opportunity against you. So let's see
See what happens.
how that pans out.
Oh boy, this is my best idea.
That is a 21 to hit for the first one.
Oh, all right. Starting out strong.
For
My first time getting hit, at least.
that is going to be for 5 points of necrotic.
3, 4, 5.
I am resistant to necrotic.
This is the best D4 ever. That's 4 more points of strength.
No, it's not.
Second one.
How do you temporarily... Oops. How do you lower your... Oh, modifiers. There we go. -4.
For a 14 to hit on the second attack.
Okay, so no.
Third attack is a 6.
Okay,
Fourth attack is a 23 to hit.
that's fine. I just couldn't survive 3 strength reductions.
That is for 12 points of necrotic.
All right, down to 6.
I shit you not, that's another 4! I'm having a good day, and I know this is bad
I
timing.
still have strength. All right.
and
all
then
right.
the fifth attack
Oh, 5.
for 18 in total.
No, I just choose not to get hit. It's cool. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Okay, so that is 12 points of necrotic.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a different D4.
No, it's cool. It's
And
cool.
okay.
You know, I don't want.
Okay.
I don't
It's
want to feel
good?
guilty
Okay.
later.
Hey, 1.
Holy shit! I'm alive. I have 1 strength.
Incredible. Okay, so Bal, you got 1 strength. You just got sapped all to hell as you were making your way, but you are now able to get into this pit. And as you jump into this pit with Lowry, make a. Let me see. Yeah, make a dexterity save.
Okay, that's a stat I still have points in. 25.
25. Okay, yeah. You don't take anything.
Cool. And as I lie there, just
As you
facing upwards,
jump into the dirt, your name also appears on the gravestone.
and I point at my name, exhausted as shit, and in reference to Lowry's speech, go,
And I am Balhadur Morthak, servant of the court under the stars.
and I drag Lowry's fucking corpse over top of me because I represent a star,
Okay,
and I'm hoping for a fucking metaphor gamble.
sounds good. Okay, so yeah, Lowry's body is over yours.
Eclipse me, baby.
Okay.
Help.
I'm in the perfect position to take hits for you. Thanks.
All right,
Body
so
shield.
hey, Clout Vice, this is all on you.
Yep.
Speaking of Vice,
Send me to the noodle house. I'm ready.
As the world caves in around Vice, he sighs, looks over at Clout. I guess I'm
Is it
going to be.
eclipsy enough?
I guess I'm going to be doing something unselfish for once. Bonus action to dash.
okay.
He's going to hop over the pit and charge behind Endelynn.
Okay, so bonus action dash. So
Oh no,
60
bonus
feet.
action disengage. Sorry.
Disengage. Well, okay. You don't need to disengage because all of the shadows already took their attacks of
Again.
opportunity.
Yep.
Okay.
Save it.
Each square is again 10 feet, and you were in the middle of the room. It's going to take 30 feet to get to the door from where you've positioned yourself.
Right. So bonus action dash to get to Endelynn.
Yes. You would not be able to get behind her, but you'd be able to get to her.
Okay. Hand on
Is
rapier.
she metaphorically eclipsed right now?
I'll say yeah. Because you have expressed that, there is a sun on your breastplate.
Yep, there's literally a sun on my chest,
Yep.
and I just put Lowry Moon in between me and
Yeah.
her. My heart.
The only question that I would have with regards to Lowry Moon being here for help. Lowry, was your name always Lowry Moon?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, that's fine. As long as your name wasn't my name was Tabitha Strange, and then I died, and now I'm Lowry Moon. As long as it's not one of those,
Nope.
you're fine. Okay.
It's always been Lowry Marjorie Bartholomew Moon.
Ooh, full name drop.
Bartholomew.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Vice, you rush up.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I don't have to see the ally, only my companion has to. Sir Talavar points their icy sword at you, and your attack now is enhanced with a d6 of cold damage.
Talavar was inside the stage. Was inside the...
Vice just jumped to the other side of the square, right?
Vice went into the hallway onto the other side of where Endelynn was.
Oh, I thought they just got to Endelynn, not past him.
Mm-mm, no, he's using
I
a
can't get
rapier.
past her.
Yeah, so he is in the hallway, so he would be
So
outside
she
of
didn't
line.
have to move up to get line of sight to do the second attack on Lowry?
She didn't have to get to the base, she didn't have to get to the edge of the hole, because she's able to, she's tall enough that she could see into it at an angle. She'd still
Okay.
be able to see.
Damn, okay. Well, as rules is written, that corner's blocking line of sight. But, damn it.
It's a 20 even on piercing damage.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
And Vice is gonna plant himself there.
Sounds good. So you are
Could I have said that Vice dropped the lantern at Clout's feet as he ran past?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Vice. Lowry.
Con save, baby. Or it's a death save, sorry.
Do you have any inspiration on you for any reason?
14. I do not.
14. Okay. Sounds good. So Clout, you are in the middle of the room. All of the spirits were near, or all of the shadows were near the door, except for.
No, I had moved to get them in my range.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay. So then roll for damage, and I will roll for a set of saves.
Okay. That tells me Gleam has more hit points than a regular one, right?
Not that you're aware of.
I mean, you wouldn't be asking if she didn't.
Just as it's for all of them.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. That's like not just her. She has the same stats as a regular shadow, but there are 5 shadows that are in this.
Understood.
Yeah.
It was just that other shadow before who couldn't survive 3d8.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it had 2 HP.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, okay, how many D8 do you have to roll? Because I don't. Yeah.
They're looking to make a wisdom save of 15.
Okay, one of them makes it.
Okay. It's 9 radiant damage total for the ones who do not save.
Okay.
So he would be taking 4.
Look at that.
So the thing about shadows is that they are vulnerable to
Radiant
radiant damage. So
Yaha.
all of them blink out, except for one. Even Gleam Shadow is also gone. There is one shadow that is left.
Shit.
And it is
Don't tell us anything.
It is going to go into the hallway, into the hole, and it has a job that it wants to do.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does it move past me?
It is farther than 15 feet away from you. Do you have a grapple that is 15 feet away?
Stretch arms.
I
Go.
could if I started my tattoo, but I didn't, so damn it.
Okay. Well, it has one attack that it is able to do. Let's see if that is something that we're looking at. It is going to go up against Balhadur. That is a 19 to hit.
Don't have
Now.
to roll damage.
That will be for 9 points of necrotic
Mm-hmm.
and 3 points of strength.
Oh, did Bahadur die?
No,
Balhadur is purely dead with a strength score of 0.
they are not.
Oh.
Is this a special condition?
This is.
Okay.
So Balhadur, when your strength drops to 0, let me just check to see right here.
So long as you're never pulling your punches.
Yes, I am not pulling my punches. These are not.
I just no longer
actually-
exist. It's just
Yeah. You are unconscious at 0. These shadows are not actually undead. They are considered fey. They have their own separate rules that they play by within Yawn. So your strength, it's basically once you finish a long rest, your strength comes back.
okay.
But you are unconscious currently at 0.
But stable.
But stable.
That's something.
Yes.
You're taking a nap with my corpse on top of you.
Corpse
So
snap!
minus 45 HP. Oh, boom.
Yes. So that was it for that shadow. Next up, Clout.
Oops, I keep rolling that on accident.
Balhadur is stable.
Balhadur is stable. Lowry is
For
bleeding
now.
out. Right now, you got unconscious man holding unconscious Lowry.
Yeah.
And Vice is trying to solo, like Dark Souls style, this hag in a hallway.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, shit.
Remember,
Uh,
snicked. Stay near the crotch.
What?
Cover its buns. It's Dark
Oh,
Souls
I
logic.
see.
Yeah.
God, fuck. I'm gonna run and grab that lantern as I head out the door. I'm gonna stand at the top of the hole for like a hot second.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my
Spicy second.
my last remaining third level. I'm gonna use my last third level spell slot to cast a mass healing word.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's not that impressive. It's just the only
It's
impressive
something though.
Is it more than 0? It's great. I'm loving it.
Yeah. The only
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba,
impressive
let's
part
go.
of it is that I can cast it on everyone. So it's going to be myself, Lowry, Vice, Balhador, and our good friend Sir Talavar.
Yes.
I'm
Get
here as
5
well.
hit points, everybody.
Okay.
Woo! Up.
So with this 0 strength score, I don't think I can actually come back
Yeah.
from this.
Yeah, you are
So
still
I am just
unconscious.
still at 0.
Yep.
But
Yep.
cool. We got
But Lowry's back
some
up.
living.
A Seresto.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Also, that was a bonus action.
Hey.
So I'm gonna sprint at fucking Moongrave
Spider.
and sock her in the face.
Do it. Give her a punch.
Oh yeah, there's 10-foot squares. Yay.
Oh, 11.
Okay. 11's gonna miss.
Whap whap.
Did you only have one attack per action?
Yep.
Damn.
Bards.
Bard.
Okay. Next
What
up.
kind of bard are you?
What kind? Lore.
Not Valor.
Oh, lore. Yeah. Okay.
Next up. Endelynn.
Lore is the reason why I have spirit
Endelynn.
guardians.
Which, I mean, between the two right now, one of them's way more preferable.
Oh, does she have to make a wisdom save?
Yes, she does. For the Spirit
Because
Guardians.
she's within my spirit guardian disco ball.
That is going to be a 13.
Okay. Please hold.
Fail.
Thank you for
Yeah,
calling.
that is a failure.
Okay.
And she is going to take
Oh my
19 radiant damage.
Get fucked.
Can the boys solo the braid boss? Let's see.
So
yeah.
Clout runs up to punch her, totally whiffs, and as like there's the moment of like, ah shit, Whisper just
Beat
like
drops
laser light
hard.
show right into her face.
Okay. And as Whisper does, there is a strange moment of recognition for Endelynn with Whisper.
Oh?
Yeah. Let's unpack that later. But for now, it's fighting times. She is going to...
Just gonna leave that out there.
well, she is going to try and get you, Vice.
Bring it.
That is a 22 to hit.
And Vice turns around, and there is a amethyst shield in front of him.
Okay.
New AC's 22 for Vice.
So that would still hit.
I thought you said 21.
2-2.
And well, on the bright
Oh.
side, your AC is 22 for the rest of this, too.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to save that
Okay.
instead.
Yeah, sounds good. So that is going to be for 15 points of psychic damage, and she can move you
Ooh.
10 feet.
Can she make a dex save for me?
Yeah. Well, she can try. Let's see here. That's a 12.
Yep, she's taking some fire damage from Hellish Oh no. 20 fire damage.
Holy snap.
Whew.
Okay.
So Spice.
Oh my god.
And then tieflings also cast Hellish Rebuke at a separate level as part of their racial. It's not just a flat Hellish Rebuke.
This isn't
I'm-
coming
Right,
from
yeah,
this
you're not a
race.
regular tiefling.
No, that's warlock stuff, baby.
Warlock, BB. Okay, so she is going to... She's going to try and throw you into Clout. So Clout, make a dexterity save for me. As
Okay.
Vice gets thrown into you.
9.
Just do it.
9? Okay, so you are going to be taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage as Vice in the, like, Thor, Loki, and Ragnarok, like, help
Get
scene.
help.
You just get, like, Vice is, like, lateral in this hallway and just checks into you. So you take that 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And then she
Concentration
is
save.
going to target you. And, well, she would, but that's an 8 to hit. So she misses with her psychic lashes as she goes to try and get out at you as well.
Man, you know what'd be great to have resistance to right now?
Then next up would be Balhadur, but instead Sir Talavar gets to go.
No,
Oh.
they went back to the the Sealy Court.
All right, then.
Job's
They
done.
poof.
Job's done.
I've killed all of the shadows. Good job, me. And he
All
pulls
far
out his beach drink
single-handedly.
again. Yeah, then next up is Vice.
Vice is going to use half his move to pick himself up. Hey, I have an ally now.
You do.
Girlfriend.
He's going to point at Endelynn and do the welcome on motion as he casts a blade curse on her.
Okay.
Hexblade curse! Let's hope for the best. Here comes a rapier. I shit you not, that's a 19 on the die.
Hey, my guy. Roll for damage.
I love it. I also get sneak attack on this.
You do.
Okay, let's roll the sneak attack at crit. Why is it all the way at the fucking bottom?
Why not?
Do you want me to tally it up all together? Or...
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have any resistances or anything like that you need to worry about.
Uh-oh. I think my game just froze? Okay.
Chat result.
I got it.
Okay.
30.
Hey, you want to know what's fun?
What?
She had 29 HP.
Oh my god.
Quick
Oh.
to the eclipse!
Just throw her body in the hole.
So Vice, as he essentially gets up next to her, points the rapier under her chin and lifts it slightly. Tell your sisters I said hi. Stab.
Oh,
and then
shit.
he'll roll backwards and throw her into the pit.
And you just hear like the gurgling coming from that skeletal maw underneath the blackened veil as she like tumbles into this graves like this again gravesite.
Does the Endelynn Moongrave
Endelynn Moongrave's name appears on the gravestone,
right.
and as it does,
As she goes
Balhadur and Lowry,
Can I do one more one-liner as she goes in?
do it.
Clout's going to like move the face makeup off of his Mark of Tasha, and as she's going into the pit, he's gonna say, "We've seen your future, Endelynn Moongrave," and if I'm not mistaken, that's an eclipse.
So as she falls in, she's like bleeding out, and there is this like that realization that comes to her as her name again is on the gravestone. Lowry, you have like this silvered glow around you. Balhadur, you are unconscious, but you see this golden glow about his body as well as the solar, like that solar flare from behind, just like boo, like just a pillar from inside of this grave dirt as you hear Endelynn Moongrave shriek. As she does, as the light fades away, there is just dust and two small puppets that look like art mannequins that are laying in her bones, her dust. And the fight is over. The fight is won. And as we call it for tonight's session, those of you who are conscious begin to feel the realm around you begin to shake. And that is where we are going to go into our break, or into... That's it, our break for the week,
3 more
gang.
hours.
Yeah,
Our
we're done.
week-long break.
Yeah,
Thank you.
week-long
Oh
break.
my god.
So, with that, I would like to
You
say
earned it.
thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for this wonderful sessions of Dungeons & Dragons, because we couldn't do it without contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Also, I couldn't do this show without all these fantastic folks that are on the channel. Speaking of which, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, my name is RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. If you want to see where else I am live, go to my Twitter and follow along, because I normally retweet whenever we go live in places. My heart hurts.
I had like a legit low end panic attack during
I'm fucking sweaty.
Yeah.
my
DanaeKeener.com.
chest. Actually,
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I spent most of that in a hole. Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Roberts. I played Lowry Moon tonight. You can find me all over the internet under the name TheHypeGoblin. Just type it into Google and you'll find me. Like my friends so kindly said earlier, if you'd like to vote for me, the Game Her Awards 2022 are currently going on. You can find a link to that on my Twitter in the pinned tweet, as well as in the link in my bio. Thanks, everybody. DanaeKeener.com.
that's me. My mind is wiped now. Hello, everyone. I am Mediaflare. You might be wondering, what the fuck is going on with my face? Well, I donated my flesh to the makeup team for my upcoming show for practice. It is a show called Theater Bazaar, happening in the city of Detroit. It is a spooky spectacular, though I am both excited and saddened to say we're already sold out of tickets. Gone already. There are a couple of special events coming up that we can announce that have giveaways for tickets. But yeah, like within a week and a half of like opening up, gone. It was awesome. But yes, you can find me on Twitter or Twitch at Mediaflare. I'm a voice actor normally, and I also do a lot of tabletop streaming. And that is it for me at DanaeKeener.com.
Whoa, speaking of DanaeKeener.com, hi, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, most related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also go to @DanaeKeener on Twitter and look at my schedule, see all of the games that I'm involved in. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. I am in so many fun, wonderful, delicious games, just like this one. DanaeKeener.com.
Delicious.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. If this is your first time joining us, feel free to go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. And as somebody pointed out in the side chat, maybe we'll do a little bit of aftercare there tonight, because holy shit, gang! Whoa, we went 30 minutes more than we normally did, but hey, when we come back next week, y'all will have earned a level from defeating a hag and surviving. So consider that. But until the next time, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye! Oh, that's right. I have to actually hit buttons now. Bye, everybody!